I step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning. You incredibly beautiful people. Thank you so much for locking it in. We got you for 3 hours. You're all ours, and we're going to savor every second of it. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you? I didn't sleep last night, obviously, because today's a big day. It's Wednesday, obviously, and we get to hang out with everybody.
Did you not sleep? Because it's...
I did not sleep.
Oh, it's V-Day for me. I'm going for my second vaccine, my second jab today, so I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's Zero Waste Day as well.
That's Zero Waste Day.
Yeah, but we also have an incredible initiative lineup today. Jules Harding and Tim Welsh from the popular electronic music group Good Luck is here in Expresso today. They're family. We love connecting with them. Always a vibe when they're in studio. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. And that's why I couldn't sleep, because I knew they were coming today.
Yeah, and this one's just for me this morning. There's something about the nuptials that get me so excited. It's almost like I can hear the music playing in my own head every time I think about getting married. It's almost like I can just sense that magical moment of walking down the aisle. I think I'm ready for it. I think I'm ready for it.
It's happening right now. You're not alone.
I'm already spoken for. Sorry, Jamie. I'm already spoken for. Yep, Get Lucky are here. It's a brand new wedding venture courtesy of Good Luck. They are going to be blowing your mind with some beautiful instrumentals this morning. If you are ready to take the giant leap into matrimony, we might just give you a little nudge across the line. I do. No, I do. Almost cried there when I said that. I do. Oh, it's going to be so exciting. Yep, we're going to have music, we're going to have magic, and so much more. It's going to be a beautiful show, so thank you so much for keeping it
Why am I getting emotional?
I know,
I'm actually getting emotional just thinking like this. Ryle, I do too.
I do.
I do too.
Ryle, I do. Carl, I do as well. Carl, I do.
I do.
I do.
Yes, I will take whatever hand you give me. So I'm just getting emotional. I don't know about something about weddings, but today it is not only about that nuptial vibe and the wedding vibe, it also is about kicking the drum when it comes to zero waste. It's a zero waste type of day, or a zero wasty day, maybe. And this is a great opportunity for you to give us some tips. And this is why I want to ask you on Expresso's Facebook page, do you have any tips as to how you can reduce waste at home? Not wasty, waste at home. If you don't mind sharing any tips, doesn't matter what they are, I'd be very, very kind and happy to actually accept those. And remember, we'll actually say whatever you said on the Expresso Facebook page here, as well as your name. I mean, it's nice to have your name said on S3, live on Expresso, your Feel Good Breakfast Show. So stand by. You're going to have a lot of things to look forward to, including a band, some surprises, nuptial vibes, and zero waste. But wasting no time, here's Jamie Lee standing by with your news.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wasty. Starting with those national news. Good news for South Africa. The South Africa economy grew 1.2% in the second quarter. Now, this was compared to the previous 3 months. Stats SA data showed yesterday. The agriculture, trade and mining sectors performed well, whereas manufacturing and construction fared dismally. South Africa has seen an uneven recovery from the pandemic, with sectors such as mining boosted by bumper commodity prices, but others struggling under successive COVID-19 infection waves and lockdown restrictions. And then meanwhile, South Africa's consumer confidence improved slightly in the third quarter from 3 months prior, which of course was boosted by the successful vaccination drives. President Cyril Ramaphosa has urged African and Caribbean heads of state to use their shared heritage to cement relations. The president was speaking at a virtual inaugural Africa-Caribbean Community Summit yesterday afternoon, and he said the pandemic had demonstrated the value and necessity of confronting challenges together. Among other things, discussions focused on the promotion of trade, investment and economic integration, transport integration and mitigation of the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. On the international front, 8 stray elephants have invaded a village in Kilifi County in Kenya amid great excitement among locals. Kenya's national TV station shared footage of them crossing a road in the Kadzozo area. Stray wild animals have commonly been reported in the past, as the area is located near the Tsavo National Park. Conservationists say it happens mostly during a dry season as animals search for water. Kenya Wildlife Service officers are attempting to herd the elephants back to the park. Staying on the international front, the Taliban has announced an interim government in Afghanistan, declaring the country an Islamic emirate. It will be headed by Mullah Mohammed Hassan Akhund, one of the movement's founders. He is also on the UN's blacklist. The interior minister is a feared FBI wanted leader of the Haqqani militant group. Now, Supreme Leader Malawi Hibatullah Akhundzada said that the Taliban wished for strong and healthy relations with other countries based on mutual respect and interaction, as long as relations were not in conflict with the Islamic law and the country's national values. And then listen up, this is for all the ultimate thrill seekers. The United Arab Emirates has the world's longest zip line, where thrill seekers travel speeds of some 100 kilometers per hour along a 2.8 kilometer cable weighing more than 6 tons. But soon the Western Cape will boast the world's longest zip line. In the picturesque Overberg Mountains near Caledon, extreme thrill seekers will this summer be able to travel at over 100 kilometers per hour on a zip line exceeding 3 kilometers in length at an estimated 500 meters above the ground at its highest point. Situated 112 kilometers from Cape Town next to the N2, the zip line will eventually become the world's longest, with a record-breaking 5-kilometer planned. Now, the Western Cape Minister of Tourism, David Meneed, says it will be known as the K3 and bring much-needed financial investment to Caledon and the Overberg. He also added, and I quote, "As with all our other adventure projects, we also intend providing training and employment opportunities to local communities." Indeed, a win-win situation, and I can see that Nature Boy is excited. But right now, it's time to have a first look at the sports. Here is Graham Richards for that.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Wish I had a better point to start on. Let's get going with cricket this morning. South Africa's winless run in ODI series continued after losing by 78 runs to Sri Lanka in their third and final game as the hosts clinched a 2-1 series win. Proteas were asked to bowl first and restricted the hosts to 203 for 9 in their 50 overs. Keshav Maharaj, definitely the pick of the bowlers, with figures of 3 for 38. In response, South Africa never really got going with the bat, and in fact at one stage were 54 for 6. Heinrich Klaasen was the top run scorer with just 22 as South Africa were dismissed ultimately for a paltry 125. So now the attention turns to the T20s, and that kicks off on Friday. Then on to the US Open. South Africa's Lloyd Harris will face 4th seed Alexander Zverev in the quarterfinals of the US Open. This is the furthest that the 24-year-old has been in a Grand Slam, having seen off Riley Opelka in the 4th round to get onto this stage. It's been a great summer up north for Harris, who's also beat Rafa Nadal in August. With his progression to the last 8, Harris has also jumped to a career ranking best of 31st in the world and is set to pocket 6 million rand, even if he loses to the Olympic champion. It's all coming together beautifully. On to rugby news. The Western Province Rugby Union have now confirmed that the 2019 World Rugby Player of the Year, Peter Steph du Toit, will leave the franchise when his contract expires in November. Du Toit is set to join Japanese side Toyota Verblitz, while Schickling moves to Japan on a short-term contract that will see him return to Western Province at a later stage. Both players having spent 5 years at the Stormers, with coach John Dobson saying that they would not stand in the way of what are life-changing deals for both players. Then on to Formula One. Speaking of deals, the worst-kept secret in Formula One is out after Mercedes have now confirmed that George Russell will indeed race for them from next year. Russell joins 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton on a long-term deal to complete an all-British lineup for the Silver Arrows. 23-year-old Russell leaves Williams after 3 years with the team. Elsewhere, AlphaTauri, they've also confirmed that Pierre Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda have been retained for 2022. If you missed any of those details, we'll touch on them again in an hour or so. Right now, though, let's get a weather perspective on South Africa and some of those temperatures you can expect today.
Thanks a lot, G. Let's take a look at the weather updates, and I'll start you with some news. Disaster management teams were dispatched to areas in KwaZulu-Natal to lend a hand after families were left homeless following heavy rains yesterday. The teams monitored areas prone to weather-related incidents. Heavy rain in and around Durban caused a landslide in La Mercy on the north coast. Parts of a road collapsed and a section of a house was washed away. In KwaDukuza, a house collapsed as a result of the heavy rain. No injuries or fatalities were reported in these incidents yesterday morning. More rain is expected along along the coast. Meanwhile, KZN snow seekers have been delighted by snowfalls in places such as Castleburn, Drakensberg Gardens and Sunny Pass. And of course, a thick blanket of snow was visible in KZN's mountainous regions. We are sending our thoughts to our fellow South Africans in these areas and hope you all remain safe. But if you do have a good snow picture, send it our way on the Expresso Facebook page. Now, while our viewers in affected areas of KZN may not be able to send a sunrise picture to us due to the weather conditions, we are able to share some sunrise views from other parts of the country as a new day begins. So Eduardo Maxwell Falkers, I have to say your name like nice and foreign, from Mossel Bay, shared the stunning image of the sky showing off hues of pink and yellow cast on the clouds. Then Angeline Fredericks, good morning to you, sent in this next photo on behalf of her daughter, sharing that she is an aspiring photographer. She's in grade 11 now. Michelle Hendricks took this beautiful pic from Easterplaat in Cape Town. Michelle, if that's how you're starting your photography journey, I want you to take pictures of me, please, and I thank you. Let's take a look at the temperatures across the country just so you know exactly what to wear today. Polokwane, starting with you, 8 is your minimum. You rise to a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius. Bombela, 12 is where you start. You rise to just 8 degrees today. Pretoria, 9 to 18, but I must warn you, thunder showers, a 40% chance in your area. The same goes for Joburg, thunder showers, and 8 is your minimum to a high of 16 degrees Celsius. Maya King, 23 is the max from a minimum of 12. Klerksdorp, 10 to 23 today. Also some thunder showers, a 40% chance for you. Kimberley, as always, at 23, you shine bright like a diamond. Bloemfontein, 4 to 22. Richards Bay, you max out at 20, but you start at 13 with a 41% chance of rain in your area. Pietermaritzburg, 9 to 21 today. Durban, 15 to just 20. Mthatha, 5 to 21. East London, Goeiemorgen, 11 to 21 for you. Cradock, 24 is your max from a low of 1. Gqeberha, 10 to 21. George, you start at 8, but you rise up nicely to 20 degrees Celsius later. Cape Town, 9 to 17 today. Worcester, 24 is your high from a low of 7. Sutherland, 3 to 19, and wrapping with Uppington, as always, 7, and it maxes out at 27 degrees Celsius. That's a wrap of your weather, as well as your weather news. If you've got any good photos to send us that kind of connect to the weather, please send it to the Expresso Facebook page. And thanks a lot for starting your day with your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Was that a little flirty wink there?
I saw that. I got you,
eh?
We love you.
Was that for me or was that for Raul?
What
Come
about
on,
me?
Bru, don't be so...
What about me?
Forget about it, girl. Forget about it. Okay. We've got a jam-packed show. We've got more from the animation school coming up later, tying into an overall theme of obviously waste management. But for me, the big thing in just a moment, we're going to be getting into happy, healthy children, answering some of your questions with an expert panel.
And we're also going to be going to the kitchen with cheesy pizza dough balls that the kids are also going to love, and maybe the adults as well.
And last but not least, we've got a jazz trio coming up. We're just going to send the soul into the good times. Stick around, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the magic in just a bit.
And a wink. Just
Oh, you can make my day.
Nourish your skin with Ingram's Camphor Cream, enriched with camphor and glycerine. Trusted to restore and repair dry skin. Ingram's, your skin, your brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Parents, listen up. Time to have a nice little heart-to-heart here. From generation to generation, purity has been an integral part of South African families and continues to support parents along their parenting journey, myself definitely included. And joining us this morning to answer all of your burning questions regarding concerns when it comes to your little ones, we have specialist pediatrician and certified allergist Dr. Tulja Trikamji and pediatric dietitian in nutrition Kath McGaw, two leading lights and the people that I've leaned on quite a lot over my own parenting journey. So great to have you guys here, but it's not about me today, it's about our viewers, and they've written in with some amazing questions. So hopefully between the two of you, we'll be able to give them a little bit of advice. So I'm going to jump right in with the first of our questions that came from Letty, and a big thank you to Letty. She is saying, what can I do to improve my 4-year-old granddaughter's appetite? She never seems to be hungry, and I'm worried she's not getting enough nutrients. I can echo that. I'm constantly worried. Yeah. Kath, what's a good way to get the food in the belly?
So I think it's important to remember that that age group is super busy. Life is very exciting. They've got lots to learn. So you want stuff that's easy and quick. And that's where the Purity Junior range is really fantastic, because they really offer some great solutions for lunch boxes, quick meals like your milkshakes, for example, which are full of packed calcium and easy on the go to eat. Their smoothie sachets and pouches are fantastic. And everything that your 4-year-old puts in their mouth needs to be full and packed with good nutrition, but quick and easy to eat.
Yeah, I've got to say, the Purity noodles are a go-to for me. I know they don't pack the full nutritional punch, but it's a great way to get them to the dinner table at least. I love that.
Absolutely.
Tulja, this one's for you. And Barley's question came in. I have a suspicion that my child is allergic to certain ingredients in laundry detergents and some bath wash products. At what age am I able to take him for an allergy test? And what does that entail?
This is a huge source of anxiety for most mothers when it comes to the detergents, the laundry agents we use for our clothes, for the linen, even for what we wash our sofas and our upholstering at home with. In terms of the allergies to that, generally these allergies present earlier on in life. Okay. And in terms of the testing that we do, I always tell mums what happens is that babies go through what we call this atopic march. So usually food allergies present earlier on, and food allergies is the first thing that we would generally test. And this can be done from infancy. If you're considering a milk allergy, for example, an allergist can potentially do a skin test and then confirm whether or not your baby has a true food allergy and whether or not you're able to then introduce that food into the baby's diet. In terms of the chemicals and the environmental allergens, we tend to wait a bit longer because the immune systems are still kind of developing.
Give them time to catch up. Yeah.
Exactly. So the reaction sometimes can be heightened if we test them earlier on, or you might get a false positive. And with the allergy tests we have, like I mentioned, a skin test where we put a reagent from the allergen on the skin. We have a blood test we can do which would quantify how severe an allergy is. And in terms of food allergy, we then have a food challenge, which is actually the best way to confirm whether or not someone has an allergy or not.
It can be quite comprehensive.
Many ways that allergies can be tested in children.
Well, speak to your pediatrician if you do have any worries there. Kath, this one's definitely for you. You've helped me in this space many times before, in the kitchen and out of it. Preschoolers eat with their eyes first. Yeah. What are some really delicious mealtime ideas that are guaranteed to get them tucking in?
Well, I think you mentioned one of them, the noodles. Yeah. And the wonderful thing with the junior range noodles from Purity is that they've got no MSG, no tartrazine. Yeah, they're just really clean and they're yummy. They're quick and easy to prepare. And I think that's also really important when you are feeding that age group, because, you know, you don't want to spend hours in the kitchen and then they don't want to eat it. So these are pretty much guaranteed they'll love. And then on top of that, you can add the delicious sauces. And the Purity Junior range sauces are delicious, packed with some great range of different vegetables that they can include, either put over the the noodles or next to them, and they top it off with a great milk, and there you've got a nutritious, good meal.
Beautifully messy. The problem is now, because I'm feeding my 1.5-year-old and my 4-year-olds similar things. So if there's noodles on the table, the hand is in there and it gets very exciting. Tulja, going back to Mbali's question, should parents use a specific laundry detergent when they know that their little ones are sensitive and have that sensitivity on their skin? And what's the best way to treat the most common skin conditions in that sense? How should we be keeping our little ones' skins moisturized, which I would assume is absolutely paramount?
Absolutely. I tell you what, Graham, in terms of whether or not a baby is sensitive, I've said this before, I think every baby's skin is sensitive. I think every mum should treat every baby's skin as sensitive. By its very nature, baby's skin is still developing. It's still kind of new to the environment, so it tends to be far more reactive to harsh chemicals that are in many of these detergents and many of the products that we use. So all babies to start with should not be exposed to anything harsh. Maintaining the skin barrier is extremely important, because the barrier is what protects us. So in terms of the barrier, using a nice petroleum jelly, the Purity Petroleum Jelly has got a 24-hour moisture, it's got no colorants, and it's got no fragrance in it. Many mums don't know, but you can actually go 24, 48 hours, or even longer sometimes, without bathing your baby.
Stripping the natural oils.
100%. Each time you're putting soap on it, you're actually foaming up the skin, so you're removing that natural soapy, you're removing the oily barrier. So making sure that you've got a good barrier, a good moisturizer. The aqueous cream in the Purity range has got a 48-hour moisture, so you could comfortably go.
I bath
48
my little
hours.
one with aqueous cream. I use that as the soap, so to speak.
Absolutely, and it's free of any of the what we have multiple times referred to as the nasties. And the last thing is all the detergents. So all the laundry agents you use, babies, especially now in winter, are being exposed to far more blankets and pillows and receivers. We're covering them up a bit more. Our toddlers are playing on the carpets, which are being washed with detergents. We're throwing detergents to vacuum and clean them. So making sure that you're using products that are chlorine-free, colorant-free, have been dermatologically tested, which has been the process that the Purity range has gone through, is always very wise and recommended, whether or not your baby has sensitive skin. Just do it.
Assume that your baba is going to be sensitive.
You're just helping your baby to have healthy skin, and you helping to promote a healthy barrier, which would do wonders later on in life.
That's why you're a certified. I love it. Guys, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for all of the advice that you've given me through my journey. And the joy is then you get to enjoy these moments with your little one, get extra cuddles because they're so soft and squishy and beautiful. And of course, enjoy. There's nothing more fulfilling than watching your child actually enjoy and eat a meal that you prepared at great pains. But I've got to say, Purity have made it really, really easy. And knowing what's gone into the back end of that, courtesy of our discussions, really does put my mind at ease. So thank you so much to both of you for joining us this morning. I think with one goal in mind, to help little ones to be the best that they absolutely can be, Purity promises to be there for you and your family every little step of the way.
Oh, and now that we have the little ones covered, it's time to whip up something delicious for ourselves as well, right here in the kitchen.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares, adding joy and stretching our imagination. Elite quality, elite taste, elite texture.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh, yes, indeed. Now, if more outdoor activities like picnics in the park are on your summer bucket list, then nibbles will be needed. And our Clover cheesy pizza dough balls make for the perfect elite snack, and we can guarantee that the whole family will love them. Right, Chef Tumi?
Definitely. Definitely.
I'm looking at this and I'm just thinking, our sons are going to live their best life this summer because this is a treat for them. It's elite, it has texture, it has flavor, and it has cheese.
It definitely
more important, it has cheese.
A whole lot of cheese. And also, it's so much more manageable because you know we want to give them somewhat of a pizza, but the pizza gets a little messy. So how's about you just give them a handheld pizza in a bowl?
You don't understand the struggle that I have every Friday. So I think Luca thinks that I'm a rich mom, and I don't understand why this is, but every Friday when he comes home from school, he's like, Mom, pizza. And I'm just like, how do you know that it's Friday, firstly? How do you know that you want pizza every Friday? But this is a good alternative if you want to play around with a different recipe, still incorporating the goodness of a pizza into a cheese ball.
Exactly. So let's get started with it.
Yes.
It's very simple, very easy. What I have over here is I've got the cheesy filling mixture over here, and we've got some of our clover cheese. We've got a tomato-based sauce. We've also got our spices. We've got some thyme, some garlic, and some salt and pepper. So all I'm going to do is mix all of that together and then just crumble some of our feta, clover feta into there and just make a nice, beautiful mixture. So in the meantime, what you can then do, Mama, is just work the magic for us and just roll our dough out for us and just make it into little balls that we're going to roll and fill with our cheesy pizza mixture.
Perfect, I can do that. So, you want a nicer big ball, some small, medium balls?
I think for me, the thinner the mixture, the thinner the base is, the better, because you also are able to make sure you get a bite of the filling in every single bite you take. Whereas if there's too much dough and little filling, then it ends up like you didn't get your money's worth, you know what I mean? And the last thing you want is you don't want people complaining about, oh, you fed us was dough, and that's not that's not the idea.
And you also just want that filling to ooze out, because it's a nice little cheese filling when you bite into it. You want to make sure that that cheese just oozes out. So if it's going to be too doughy or too thick, you're not going to get that full experience and the texture of the cheese. So.
And what I've done here is I've made sure not to add too much salt, because we're adding our feta cheese in there, which also is quite salty. So you want to make sure that you balance that flavor a lot. Rather add the feta first, and then you can add the salt after you've tasted the mixture, because you also don't want it to be overly salty, especially if you're going to be feeding those little ones. We want to make sure that it's still edible, because you know they'll tell you if it's not nice.
They will tell you. They do not need anything. Now, of course, for you at home, wanting to know what all of the cheeses are going to give you, it's going to give that elite taste. It's going to give you that elite texture that we were talking about, and also an elite quality of clover cheeses. Now, of course, for our pizza dough, as we mentioned, we are going to be using clover Tussis cheese for its malty texture, and then the clover feta cheese for its crumbly texture, because it's all about the texture this morning. And then, yeah, whatever cheeses you do have at home, you can incorporate it into this. But the more cheesier, the better.
And the beautiful thing is that you can also still have that simple pizza recipe by adding all your other flavors. If you want to, you can add your pepperonis, your bacon, your chicken. You can add some strips. You can even add a lot more veggies into this. Just saute some mushrooms, saute some peppers, add them into the mixture. That also ensures that you get all those nutrients that you want, because we're trying to make sure that they get all those nutrients into their body.
Here's my question, though. Would you put pineapple in this?
I'm not a hot fruit type of person, but I've also noticed that the addition of the pineapple is such a beautiful mixture with the saltiness and the sweetness of everything else. So the pineapple just sort of enlightens it and gives you that that sweetness that you need. Because some of us, we can put sugar in anything. So instead of putting something that's refined, I'd rather have a bit of pineapple.
We can be friends,
and get it Hawaiian.
That's always the conversations, like people that eat pineapple on pizzas or people that don't eat pineapple on pizzas. I mean, whatever
floats your boat.
There we go. So obviously I've rolled this now.
Yeah.
And then we're obviously going to be using our air fryer for this one. But if you didn't have an air fryer, would you still be able to create this?
Most definitely. You could even zhuzh it up, take it up a notch, and actually deep fry these, because that gives them a nice, beautiful texture, crunch on the outside, and that beautiful soft gooiness on the center. But if not, if you don't want all that oil, you can always just put them on a tray and bake them in the oven. Just make sure you brush them nicely on the outside so they've got that beautiful golden crust on the outside.
Got that. So obviously I'm rolling the balls for you, making it flat so that you can put that filling into the center, and then we're going to pop it into the air fryer. Cool. And if you do have an air fryer, for just about 10 minutes, 180 degrees Celsius, and we are going to get that cheesy pizza.
And then also make sure to seal the ends, because the last thing you want is to put this into your air fryer, and then next thing you know, all you have is a gooey mess.
Cheesiness. I'll be sitting there scraping it off from the air fryer, just like, I'm going to take the last piece of cheese in there. Okay, I'm having too much fun with this.
I can see.
Now that I know how to roll the pizza dough.
Friend. Come on now, this girl.
There we go. So let's do one more, and I'll pop it into the air fryer.
Some stuff.
And then, of course, we're going to brush it with some oil. Do we brush it with oil in the air fryer?
You can brush it, yeah, because it's easier, and also you don't have to worry about it.
So again, air fryer mode. It's on 10 minutes, 180 degrees Celsius. We're just going to open it up, and we're going to pop that in. One over here, two. ExpressoShow.com is where you can find your hands on that recipe. Pop it in, just glaze it with some oil. And we are going to finish that up. Pop it in.
Well done.
There we go. And start. There we go. And of course, if you missed out on any of these steps, here is a quick recap just for you.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso and S3, and I've got a surprise for you. I've got two people sitting on my couch, but I want to introduce them properly. Now, walking down the aisle, sharing your first dance with your spouse, celebrating with those people that you love in the wee hours of the morning. I mean, these are all iconic wedding moments, and what do they all have in common? That's the big question. Music. So we all know that our big day needs that perfect soundtrack. Sometimes the wedding DJ, for some reason, throws in Cha-Cha Slide when we didn't want the song. But there is already so much stressful planning involved, and that's why we have an answer. That answer is popular electronic music supergroup Good Luck, and they know this all too well, which is why they have launched Get Lucky Entertainment, a new venture that supplies all of the wedding entertainment that you need to make your day even that extra special, and maybe they will throw in Cha-Cha Slide if you ask them nicely. Now, Jules and Tim are on the couch to help us get to understand exactly what Get Lucky Entertainment is all about, so I need a massive welcome from you, if you don't mind. I can hear you at home. It's Good Luck on the couch! Oh my word! Yes! Yes!
Yo,
That's right. You're all getting 10 rand. Right, fantastic. Welcome. Oh, it is
We
so
need
nice.
you at every show.
I think
A hype man.
and I am your hype man. I know I'm the official hype man of Good Luck. I'm letting you know. I am there. Just let me know if you need any hype. I got your back. So this is such an exciting project. It's a project that speaks volumes for the innovation and the creativity that this industry has had to jump into.
Yes.
But before we get there, I want to focus on the excitement. Now, Jules, let's start with you. Okay, because I'm going to get to Tim in a second because this guy is like an Iron Man and doing so many different
kinds of
things. I know. He just runs.
Can't keep up with him.
I know, right? But we'll get there. You're going to have to stretch and wait. So this particular concept, I know that, your sis, there was, a wedding and you also had to kind of get into that space. Was there a little thing that clicked when you got into a space where somebody got married in your life where you're thinking, hey, we could do this?
Yeah, that was the thing. She came to me before her wedding.
Yeah.
She was like, Lol, she calls me Lolo, long story.
Lolo,
She was
okay.
like, Lol, music, help me. I don't know what to do. All I know is that it's really important. I want it to be amazing. I want my dance floor to be packed at 3 o'clock in the morning. This is obviously pre-COVID.
Yeah.
But she was like, help me. And when I started chatting to her about it, I realized how much actually goes into music and the soundtrack to your wedding, right?
Yep.
So I helped to put it together. We organized great sound, the DJ, the lighting. We made sure that there was a pre-drinks music, that she had awesome music walking her down the aisle, that everything was recorded in top quality for the after movie as well. And by the end of it, I was like, wow, I'm sure there are more people in the world that could use this information and this help, because organizing a wedding is very daunting. There's a lot that goes into it. So had this trickling in the back of my mind for a while. And then when Tim joined Good Luck a couple of years ago, and he's got great experience in the wedding industry, coming from a band that Sunset Expresso that used to play a lot of weddings and still does play a lot of weddings. We were chatting and we were like, let's make this into a thing. So we've started Get Lucky Entertainment. We've been working on it during lockdown for the last 18 months, and it's finally been born.
It's a lockdown baby.
It's a lockdown baby, and it's here, and we're so excited. We've already got 25 weddings that we're doing all the music and entertainment for, and curating the entire music experience.
25 weddings, yes, man.
In lockdown level 3.
But I completely agree. There is something about knowing the balance, and the only way you know the balance is if you worked in your space. And your space is knowing what a crowd would require, and also the quality is so important. There's so often where, a DJ will say, like, what song do you want? Then they have to get the song, then it's bad quality, and next thing you know, and then it's like, you're like, what? So I get it. So Tim, with your experience, and also being in the wedding scene before with, your other project, this particular thing is just, it's got to be quite exciting for you now, because this is another avenue for, Good Luck now as Get Lucky Entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, it's been super exciting, and just being able to work with the different artists we've been working on, even for these 25 weddings, from, underground artists that are like real diamonds that people, don't necessarily know about, right through to local celebrities like Majosi and Goldfish. Like, being the link between the couples and those acts has been, like, so fulfilling.
Yeah, amazing. We've even been asked to book Pink for an event.
Excuse me, sorry?
Yes, not even joking.
The real Pink, yeah.
Pink from the States. So it's it's a huge diaspora of artists, from guys who are starting out who are brilliant. And I think for me and Tim, that's probably the most exciting thing about this, is to be able to introduce to couples didn't know about an act that are amazing, and you get to show them what they could have at their wedding. They're like, and they discover something, and then they are the cool people who discover this.
And they'll be like, oh, well, you must use these people.
Exactly.
They have like a violin and a guitar. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, I get it.
And the thing is, like, especially now more so than ever, usually people would see artists at restaurants and at festivals and be like, oh, have you heard of this artist? You should have them at your wedding. But that's obviously not happening. So there's a gap for someone to be like, okay, you need a pre-drinks artist. Here's a whole bunch. Okay, you like trumpet and DJ. Okay, here's some options here. You know, because people aren't seeing it at the moment on weekends and stuff. So
this is an exciting project. I think everybody would need to get their hands on this now. But just very quickly, Jules, there's a competition running, which means we can win an experience like this. So if you are getting married, or perhaps the bestie of yours is getting married, what do we do to get involved in your competition?
Well, it's super easy. You can head to our website, getluckyentertainment.com.
Yes.
.com, not .co.za. And on the website is linked to join the competition. It's so easy. There are a few questions, and you can enter, like you said, on behalf of your friend. You don't have to enter for yourself. If you've got a bestie who's getting married, imagine you won them 100,000 Rand wedding entertainment package as a gift. It's not a small present. So we're offering that to one lucky winner, and we also have a basic package as a runner-up prize, which is a 25,000 Rand. Quite basic, dance for DJ, nice light. We'll also make it phenomenal. So we've got 2 prizes on the go for anyone who wants to enter for yourself or a friend. Please do. We'd love to throw all the entertainment and make your day extra special, and your soundtrack is perfect for your wedding.
Exactly, and the quality soundtrack is going to come from Good Luck. That is natural. And also they'll throw in some pyro. Don't worry, get involved in the competition. And there's a mystery act that's coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show very, very soon. And on to this next couple, you're going to love them.
Hey, a couple that starts their day together in the right way stays together.
Yep.
Hey, my babe. Speaking of good luck, our viewers will need just a little bit of that because we've got a very exciting competition for you guys this morning. I can almost guarantee that some of the best life advice that you have ever received, I speak from our own experience, you have received from your grandparents. And we want you to share that advice with us and then have it broadcast live on Expresso this Friday.
I think this is so cool. Now, courtesy of Omar Rusks and National Grandparents Day. That's happening this Sunday, the 12th of September. We want you to record a video of yourself sharing the best life advice that they've given you. That's your parents, your grandparents, and then post it on the Omar Rusks competition post on Expresso's Facebook or Twitter page and use the hashtag Omar Grandparents Days. Now, the 3 people who send in the best videos will each win an Omar Rusks hamper worth 2,000 Rand. And the best part is, if you win, you will win 1 hamper for yourself and a hamper for your grandparents too. So it's double winning for the winners out here. Now listen, you aren't expecting Hollywood level production videos. Don't stress about that. We just want to see the good stuff. So bring it through. Come on, we want to hear all the good stuff and the good advice. I want to learn too.
Yeah, it must be authentic. You know, we don't care how you do it. We want you and your heartfelt message. You've got until midnight tonight to get entering. So please get on it as soon as possible. Not only can you win an incredible hamper, but you can also have your video played live on air, as we said, and have the chance to share some love and, most importantly, gratitude for your grandparents for all they have given you. And you can find all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. My granddad taught me, find yourself a man that looks at you like that.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. You're live here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show on S3. It's time to have a little bit of fun. We are spicing things up by playing a game of Guess the Track Emoji Edition. Now, how it works, a series of different emojis will appear on the screen and you will need to guess the correct lyrics. Once you've gotten it, you'll need to sing the chorus of the song. Good luck. Live is still with us this morning. Jules, Tim.
So we have to sing.
You have to sing.
Fine for me.
No. I want Tim to jump in here. No. Tim has got a great voice.
Play the lyrics. It is sing. Guess and sing the lyrics.
Okay. Jamie Lee, this man finished an Ironman recently.
He did.
He can sing anything.
No,
after
he's
that.
finished an Ironman, so he doesn't have to sing.
No, you just, that's it. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic, Tony Stark. Right, now, this is your opportunity to shine.
Okay, let's
What I will do is on that screen over there, I'm going to give you a couple of emojis. You will try and read into them and see there's a song title there. As soon as you got the song title, I want you to sing.
Okay,
It's not you.
Let's roll.
Okay, here's your first one.
Ice, ice, baby. Dun, 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 dun.
Ice,
Yeah.
baby.
Yes. You know what? We wanted you to come in there. Jules stalled for you to give you the opportunity.
Wait,
That was the only non-singing
So
song.
we both get to go.
No, it's only the first.
So that
person.
was
so
Jules'
Jules has
turn.
got the other.
Okay, cool.
Jules actually waited for you for a beat because that was a non-singing
You
song.
were the backup there. You were the backup there.
that was your
Everybody
chance.
you.
Now I'm going to get like
Right.
Whitney.
You are going to get proper the high note Mariah Carey next. Great. All right, so well done.
Thomas, to
Jules
you.
got a point.
Are you ready for yours?
Yeah.
Next song.
It is on
Let's
the screen
go.
right now. Graphics are in.
Ooh.
So, what you have on the screen there, those are, what do you call those animals?
Parrot.
How many of them are there?
Three
Are they big?
little birds.
3 little birds.
Bob Marley, 3 little birds.
Yes, so how does it go again?
Keep it going to
I'm
the
sorry,
side.
sorry, Tim, how does it go again? How does it go again?
All lined in a row.
Okay, I'll sing a different song. It's fine.
Yeah, Jules got that wrong. I was pretty on point. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Gonna be alright.
Yeah,
Gonna be
man.
alright, eh?
Yes, it's gonna be all right.
Tim, you can
Especially when
sing.
Tim, you sing so
Come
good.
on.
In fact, we want you to really belt out this next one. Here are the emojis. Take a look.
Who's this? It's Jules there.
No, this is you now. That's the competition. Are you ready? Okay. So what you see on the screen there is a drop. A red drop usually identifies with what type of thing?
Blood?
Yes. And then you get the heart, which identifies.
Blood love.
So if you know when you
like
have
bleeding.
blood.
Keep Love.
Bleeding. Keep bleeding.
Yeah. There it is.
It's honestly your
Sounds just like that, Tim.
Tim, it's your face for me.
It's like they recorded me.
Timmy. Oh, that was the best.
Yeah.
You see his face when he gets it right. He's like,
I know.
it's that one.
Then I realized I
Got
could
it.
sing.
This is why we miss live events, so Tim can sing for good luck. Who knows what could happen in the future? Let's go to the next one. Emojis up. Let's see if you guys can get this one. Ooh.
Ooh, Game Star.
Well, I mean, that's an abacus, which is usually something that you use for.
Counting.
There we go.
Number
And then you got 3 of those things there. What are those?
3 stars.
So you got...
Counting stars. Baby, I've been da-da-da-da.
Yes, dude!
Coldplay, Counting
no.
Stars.
Oh, One Republic. One Republic.
Oh, not Coldplay.
I am such a big fan of Tim Welsh. Oh, my word.
Tim is killing it.
Coldplay,
Honesty.
One Republic, same.
Okay, this one is a very... Okay, I want to up the ante. This is one of the toughest songs we've ever had on the emoji game. Are you ready?
Ready.
Take a look at the screen.
Serious.
Feel like peanuts.
Do 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 do. Together like rum and cola.
Yes, Tim! Yes, Tim! How do you not know? Oh, Tim, that could have been you at the piano.
Oh, this is the acoustic version.
Yes, it is. We like changing it up. Oh, no, I need to change things up and tell you, we joined by Good Luck lead singer Tim Welsh and backing up singer Jules on the couch. Wow.
Not only is an Iron Man, he's an Iron
All right, guys,
Very
one of the most difficult ones. Jamie Lee, are you ready for this?
I don't know if they're ready, but
Let's
let's
go
put
for
it
it.
on screen right now. This is the next one. Whew.
So that time,
Time.
and then you get a whole lot of things that reference a certain something.
Waiting for summer. Waiting for summer.
Do you know that song?
Oh, that's one of ours.
Is it? Is it one of your songs? Is that you? That's you right there.
Got it.
Oh, that
With a
was the
feature.
best.
Yeah, you know,
your feature.
No.
you know
That
you
is
suck
great.
at the game if you can't even remember the title of the song you wrote. Hey? Oh,
No, it's fine. So who wins, Gemini?
I think Tim wins.
You know, just I wanted to give it to you because you're vocally.
Tim
but
wins.
Tim.
Tim wins.
Yes,
The man behind the lyrics, the man behind the saxophone, the man behind the shoes. Look at his shoes. Can we just get
Yeah,
close up to
his
the
shoes are
Good luck
beautiful.
with your shoes on.
You can check it out. Look at that. Branded, good luck shoes.
Shout out to my mom.
But well done to these two, and of course, lead singer Tim Welsh of Good Luck to be being here today. They got a mystery act that's coming up a little later, so stick with us. Your feel-good breakfast show where we sing sometimes.
I'm going to see if they can bring up one last emoji. We're about to do this next. Can you put up my graphic, put up my screen? Look at that. We're going to cook up a storm. Yes, we are from time to time. All the experience, we all experience those days. One of them days that just kicks us down to the curb when things are not going our way. The best thing that you can then do is just put on the brakes, have a moment of realization, take that moment to make a cup of coffee or tea and stir it up to cheer it up with Cremel. Now, not only is it a creamier for your tea and coffee, obviously works brilliantly in that space. As we have proven on the show, it is also so versatile to use in various dishes, and we are showing you how right now with our Cremel show balls, the perfect snack to stir up and cheer up. Your face cheers me up. You look so pretty today to me.
And then hopefully I can cheer you up with this recipe. We are in Heritage Month, you know, right?
We really are.
We're celebrating our heritage. We're enjoying all of that. So why not put a spin on classics?
And this is really cool. It's tasty, it's delicious, and it's quite novel. It's quite interesting, and it's going to be satisfying.
Definitely.
So what is going into our beautiful little creations here this morning?
All right, we've got some overnight or 24 hours soaked mngqushu samp here, and what we need to do is we need to then cook that down. So the whole idea is I'm going to switch my stove on. Whenever you're making mngqushu, I always suggest to people start with cold water and then boil.
Okay.
You don't want to add your mngqushu to hot water because you run the risk of it not being fully cooked, and we don't want that. So I've put my water in there, and then I'm going to hoy in our mngqushu that goes in there. Another thing is before you add all your additions to mngqushu, you need to let it cook down. So ideally, we would want this to cook for about an hour and a half. The whole idea
You've
is
got to
you
really let
want
it
it
cook
to
through.
cook down.
Okay.
You want to absorb all that liquid. You want it to absorb all that mixture. And if at all you want to flavor up the liquid you're cooking it in, you can add some stock.
Ooh,
so
I
I've chosen
like that
to use some
idea.
vegetable stock over here.
Because it is very neutral. It's
Correct.
a very, very neutral base to work from. So flavor it from the inside out. I love that.
You let it cook down. Make sure that if you want to add any additional flavors, I'm going to be adding some butter into it. I'm also going to be adding some cheese. So just let it cook down. Once it's nice and tender, then you can add all these beautiful additions.
You know, all of this talking has made me exhausted. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, if you don't mind, because it's that time of the day. I've been drinking far too much coffee, so I just need a little something, a creamy sip of joy. And I'm going to put in a generous load. I love my tea strong, but creamy.
And I love the fact that you can not only use it in your tea and your coffee, but you can definitely use it in this recipe.
You can use it in anything.
Anything.
Anything, and it adds such a beautiful textural element as well, beautiful creamy flavor.
So once my water gets up to temperature, I'm going to add our cremel into the mixture here as well, because what we want is we want that creaminess from it. Because as the mngqushu cooks, the flavors actually release of the actual mngqushu, and then when you add the creamer into there, it just gets all beautiful.
Oh, you can imagine
in your
the
mouth.
creaminess
So
that you're going to bite into.
Exactly.
And this, I think that's key, obviously, is to have the crispy texture outside and then the creamy, beautiful kind of center. You've got to have those two textures balanced.
Right. So I'm going to put this back in here and in essence just add everything in. Like I mentioned, the whole idea is you want your mngqushu to cook down first, get all those beautiful flavors in there, and then once it's cooked to that consistency where it's fully cooked, then you add in this instance, we've added our cremel, and I'm adding some cheese. I'm then adding some of our butter.
And that's quite luxurious, eh? That's like full on. You aren't holding back with this in any way.
There's no need to hold back, really. We're trying to go full on with the flavor.
You can hold back with the amount that you eat at the end. You can have like 5 and then be like, no, 5 is enough. Okay, maybe 6. I've got myself a little workstation here. What do you need me to do?
So you cook down your mushu. It's now been cooked. It's fully done. You need to let it chill before we get to the step because you now need to manage it with your hands. This is where we get excited and try and make a whole lot of art. Once it's cooled down and it's chilled, let's set it in the fridge. You can now start rolling it into those beautiful little balls that we have.
So you actually set it in the fridge once you've rolled it into its balls?
You need to because it's also going to be hard to manage it while it's super hot. So let it cool down, and then once you've done that, roll it into those balls. You can start whisking up your eggs.
Whisk these up.
So first step would be the balls into your eggs, then from the eggs into the breadcrumbs, and then pass that over to me, and then I'll get frying so we can get that beautiful crispy texture that you've got in there. So imagine a beautiful crispy texture on the outside and a beautiful creamy buttery center with that cheesiness.
And I love the fact that we've layered in the flavors there as well. I think that's spectacular. Okay, so we first go into the egg mix.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's beautiful because now you just want a nice simple layer on the outside. You don't want it. If you want, some people do want that extra crunch, so you can definitely do a double dip, but it's completely up to you. It's very optional. Right, so I'm going to dunk these two, let them fry up. Another tip, if you want to make sure your oil is nice and hot, just dip in the back of a wooden spoon and test. Once it bubbles up, then you know that your oil is hot enough.
I would throw some breadcrumbs in, just watch it do its thing.
Do that as well.
Beautiful, and then we pop it in and summer fry. It couldn't be simpler. It's going to take you a little bit of time to cook that umqushu through, but it's worth it. You want it to be soft, and then of course the cremel, the cheese, the butter does the rest, and it's just going to be jam-packed full of flavor. If you want this recipe, and I suggest that you really do get this recipe because it's going to be a crowd pleaser, you can go to expressoshow.com. Yeah.
There is a classic mayonnaise that brings out the traditional French in 3 levels of tanginess. The mild classic, the medium classic, the strong classic. Tangy the way you love it.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You know, I'm excited about today's show because it's Zero Wasty Day. I mean, Zero Waste Day. Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on S3, and you are very conscious about the environment. I mean, this man is nature boy.
This is life. This is a way of life.
Can you help with a tip, maybe? Just an easy tip to reduce waste.
There's so many to do. I think definitely single-use plastic should be something that we get rid of course. So don't use that in your house. But we can reuse and upcycle a lot of what we do have in our household. So stop getting into the habit of just throwing things away when we're done using it. There's a lot more purpose that we can get out of it. So this is one tip. There's so many more coming right throughout the day. But I think Mzansi has some good tips for us as well, Carl.
Yes, in fact, I'm using my own phone for this. So if you just take a look. Thank you. You're welcome. It's my Facebook. That's right. Talwando saying this. Good morning, family. Team, an empty 1 litre long life milk box filled with water in deep freeze, an excellent ice brick for your cool cooler bag in Gqeberha, Nelson Dela Bay. Well done, Tom. That's actually a very good idea.
Yeah,
As like an ice brick instead of buying one specifically. Well done.
And recycling and upcycling at the same time.
It's brilliant, eh?
I love it. Josephine Pixton, our family member right now, she says, when I buy takeaways on the go like a lunch, I keep the paper cups like these McDonald's cups and salad containers. I use it again like when I go on a picnic. I put salad in it and I don't even have to use my best bowls. When I have leftover food, I put it in to give it the needy on a Friday. How cool is that? It's like a barakat bakkie.
Yes.
How cool is that?
Instant barakat. That's how it goes. Okay.
Who else is on
And then, okay, so, wow, this person is clearly somebody who loves football. Rivaldo Neymar Jr.
Wow.
All right, I almost feel like you need to do like proper, sort of commentary here. Hello, Expresso Morning Show. I say the best way to not waste scraps is to, number one, save any leftovers. Keep refrigerator clutter-free so you can always see what is available. Freeze food if you know you won't eat it right away. Compost any food scraps, or you can give it to the homeless people who need it. A beautiful goal there by Rivaldo Neymar Jr. when it comes to zero waste. Absolutely amazing scenes here. And please keep it coming if you don't mind. Zero Waste Day on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here on S3 as we get into some news. Yes, indeed. As we go on to Jamie Lee with the news.
Well, the time now is 7 o'clock, time to have another look at those news headlines, starting with your local news. Some sad news for South Africa is that South Africa is wilting under an avalanche of some 79,000 tons of plastic pollution per year. Now, this is according to a new study commissioned by the Worldwide Fund for Nature. This massive amount, much of which ends up in the ocean, makes South Africa the 11th worst plastic polluter. The average South African generates 41 kilograms of plastic waste every year, significantly more than the global per capita average of 29 kilograms per year. Now, much of this escapes the waste management net due to household waste not being collected. On a lighter note, though, the South African economy grew 1.2% in the second quarter, and this was compared to the previous 3 months, Stats SA data showed yesterday. The agriculture, trade and mining sectors performed well, whereas manufacturing and construction fared dismally. South Africa has seen an uneven recovery from the pandemic, with sectors such as mining boosted by bumper commodity prices, but others struggling under successive COVID-19 infection waves and lockdown restrictions. Meanwhile, South Africa's consumer confidence improved slightly in the third quarter from the 3 months prior, and this was boosted by the successful vaccination drives. On the international front, a Vietnamese man has been sentenced to jail for 5 years for flouting COVID-19 rules and spreading the virus. A court found Le Van Tree guilty of transmitting dangerous infectious diseases to 8 people, one of whom died. In early July, 28-year-old Tree was found to have lied on a health declaration form which inquired about his recent travel history. Until recently, Vietnam has been largely successful in keeping COVID out thanks to tight restrictions. However, infections have surged since June. And then staying on the international front, 8 stray elephants have invaded a village in Kilifi County in Kenya amid great excitement among locals. Kenya's national TV shared footage of them crossing a road in the Kadzodzo area. Stray wild animals have commonly been reported in the past as the area is located near the Tsavo National Park, and conservationists say it happens mostly during dry seasons as animals search for water. Kenya Wildlife Service officers are attempting to herd the elephants back to the park. And then finally, what a fashion designer created from his reusable Woolworths shopping bags. Recycling has been taken to an entire new level after fashion designer, dancer and photographer Bungane Mehlo Makulu created a complete outfit as well as a matching mask from his reusable Woolworths shopping bags. He took to social media to wow his followers with a series of pictures that see him wearing a black outfit he created for himself from the shopping bags. In a tweet, Bungane said, recycled a few of the Woolworths SA bags and constructed a full look. The Woolies shopping bags outfit consists of a short-sleeved collared golf shirt with a short white zip detail that matches the Woolies logo, which can be seen on the right shoulder of the shirt. Bungane paired it with matching shorts that have the Woolies logo placed horizontally on the left side of the shorts, and he also completed his two-piece outfit with a face mask that has the Woolies logo directly in the middle and has accessorized his look with an original original Woolies shopping bag. The innovative look grabbed the attention of some 17,400 Twitter users and received recognition as well as a dub from the Woolworths SA team. It is certainly a look. On that note, that is where I wrap up your 7 o'clock news headlines. I will be back on the top of the hour. Here is G with another look at the sports.
Thank you so much, Jamie. We start with cricket, and unfortunately not the best note. South Africa's winless run in ODI series continued after losing by 78 runs to Sri Lanka in that third and final game. That is, the hosts clinched a 2-1 series win. The Proteas were asked to bowl first and restricted the hosts to 203 for 9 in their 50 overs. Seemed competitive. Keshav Maharaj was the pick of the bowlers with figures of 3 for 38. In response, South Africa never got going with the bat, and in fact at one stage were 54 for 6. Heinrich Klaasen did show some fight and was the top run scorer with 22. That paints a picture as South Africa were dismissed for just 125. So attention now turns to the T20s that kickstart on Friday. Now on to the positive news in the US Open. South Africa's Lloyd Harris will face 4th seed Alexander Zverev in the quarterfinals of the US Open. This is the furthest that the 24-year-old has been in a Grand Slam, having seen off Riley Opelka in the 4th round to get to the stage. It's been a great summer up north for Harris, who's also beat Rafa Nadal in August. With his progression to the last 8, Harris has also jumped up to a career-high ranking of 31st and is now set to pocket a R6 million prize purse, even if he loses to the Olympic champion. Now on to rugby news. The Western Province Rugby Union have confirmed that 2019 World Rugby Player of the Year Peter Steph du Toit will leave the franchise when his contract expires in November. Du Toit is set to join Japanese side, the Toyota Verblitz, while Schickling also moves to Japan on a short-term contract that'll see him return to the Western Cape franchise. Both players spent 5 years at the Stormers, with coach John Dobson saying that they would not stand in the way of what are life-changing deals for both players. Now on to Formula One. More deals and possibly the worst-kept secret in Formula One. It's now out after Mercedes have confirmed officially that George Russell will race for them next year. Russell joined 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton on a long-term deal to complete an all-British lineup for the Silver Arrows. The 23-year-old Russell leaves Williams after 3 years with the team. Then elsewhere, AlphaTauri have also confirmed that Pierre Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda have also both been retained for 2022. We'll touch on those headlines again at 8 o'clock. Right now, let's set the tone for the day with a bit of a weather take and some of those temperatures you can look forward to in your neck of the woods.
So it's Zero Waste Day, and we figured, hey, let's talk about waste and how it has been managed by the City of Cape Town. In fact, the City of Cape Town says that despite spending more than 100 million rand annually on efforts to clear dumping from some 3,000 dumping hotspots, dumped waste reappears almost immediately after the cleaning. In view of this, 2 illegal dumping hotspots in Nyanga and Guguletu were chosen for a new pilot beautification intervention by the city's solid wastes cleansing branch. Now, Water and Waste Mako member Xanthia Limburg said this process included clearing the waste using specialized equipment such as grab trucks and diggers, after which local residents, together with city representatives and assisting NGOs, got to work planting indigenous plants donated by the city's Recreation and Parks Department. Indigenous plants were resilient to the region's weather patterns and did not require much maintenance or water. 4 other spaces have since also been identified for this beautification project. It sounds so good. So let's all do our part, South Africa, to keep our beautiful country in the best condition possible so we can continue to enjoy natural beauty like sunrises. And I love these. Here's our photo dump of sunrises this morning. Rina Vasan says from East London, of course, starts us off with the stunning cloud-filled sky showing off the sun rays cast across the area as it breaks through the cloud cover. Thank you so much for that. It looks gorgeous. And then Samuel B. Jacobs II, not to forget you, from Beaufort West, shared this glowing photo showing the sun rising above the clouds. What a great shot. You are a photography genius. Please keep it coming. We want to see that natural beauty, especially on Zero Waste Day. So send those pictures over to the Expresso Facebook page as we get into your temperatures. This will give you a good idea of what to expect today. And starting off in Polokwane, as always, 8 is your minimum today, and you jump to a high of 90 degrees Celsius. Bombela, goeiemorgen, good morning. 12 to 18, a 23% chance of rain in your area, some clouds here and there. Pretoria, 9 to 18, thunder showers. There is a 40% chance for you. Same goes for Johannesburg with those thunder showers, but the temperatures are a bit different. 8, and you rise to 16 degrees Celsius. Mahikeng, 12 to 23 today. Klerksdorp, 10 to 23 for you with a 40% chance of thunder showers. You got a beautiful sunny day expected in Kimberley, 23 the max from a minimum of 8 degrees Celsius. Bloemfontein, looking beautiful, 4 to 22. Richards Bay, some rain expected, a 41% chance, 13 to 20 are the temperatures. Pietermaritzburg, 9 to 21. Durban, you can expect 20 as your maximum from a low of 15. Mthatha tops at 21 from a low of 5. East London, 11 to 21. Cradock, you can expect just 1 this morning. Quite chilly, but you do thaw out beautifully to 24 later. Gqeberha, 10 to 21. George, 20 is your maximum, and that's from a low of 8. Cape Town can expect 9 this morning, rising to 17 degrees Celsius. Worcester, beautiful, 24, and you had a low of 7. Sutherland, 3 to 19. And Uppington, as always, wrapping with you, 27 is your max from a low of 7 degrees Celsius. It is going to be a beautiful day today, guaranteed, zero waste type of day, but I can tell you what's going to make it even more beautiful is a surprise guest on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you heard it. Thank you so much, Carl, and welcome to the start of another beautiful day. Of course, we're being joined by the various acts from Good Luck's new launched wedding entertainment venture, Get Lucky Entertainment. And first up is their jazz trio consisting of Sarah Blake, Matthew Van Skalkfake, and Damien Kameneth. And they're giving us their rendition of Meghan Trainor's hit 24 song, All About That Bass. The stage is yours. Take it away.
'Cause don't you know it's all about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass. Yeah, it's pretty clear I ain't no size 2, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do. You got that boom boom that all the boys chase, and all the right curves in all the right places. You see those magazines working at Photoshop. You know that stuff ain't real. Come on, I'll make it stop. If you got booty, just raise them up, 'cause every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top. Yeah, my mama, she told me don't worry about your size. She says boys like a little more booty to hold at night. You know I won't be no stick figure silicone Barbie doll. So if that's what you're into, then go ahead and move along. 'Cause don't you know it's all about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass. I'm bringing booty back. Go ahead and tell those silly bitty ladies that you know I'm crazy. Don't you think you're fat? I'm here to tell you every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top. Yeah, my mama, she told me don't worry about your size. She says boys like a little more booty to hold at night. You know I won't be no stick figure silicone Barbie doll. So if that's what you're into, then go ahead and move along. 'Cause don't you know it's all about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass,
Yes! All about that bass you might be, but we are all about Get Lucky's entertainment. I can't believe that was such a frivolous song. It made me feel like I was in the 90s somewhere in a classic rendition of a movie or somewhat, but thank you so much. And that's just the start of all the magic that's going to be coming up for the rest of the day. Don't go anywhere, because Get Lucky and Good Luck are going to be entertaining us like no other. We'll see you in a bit.
Get an insurance quote for your home or car and stand a chance to win one of 8 Samsung Galaxy S21 phones plus 100 gigs of Standard Bank mobile data for a year. To enter, SMS the keyword motor to 31492 to get a call back and quote, and you could be a winner.
Purity, as your partner along your parenting journey, are also partnering with Cotlands to help raise 1 million rand towards early childhood development. For every Purity toiletry product purchased this August and September, Purity will donate 1 rand to Cotlands. Together with Purity, you too can help SA's little ones start their big journey and reach their full potential. Another Purity promise fulfilled.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are still live with Expresso, and time now to focus on the environment, especially in light of the horrifying statistic released in our news bulletin that South Africa sits 11th on the list of most polluted countries in the world. So let's push back. The 6th to the 10th of September is Zero Waste Week, an award-winning week-long campaign that aims to raise awareness about the negative environmental impact of waste. We see it every day. Green School South Africa, which opened its doors in February of 2021, which is amazing, has been pursuing a zero waste policy since the construction of its school campus began. And Bruce James, the school's head of gardens, joins us on the couch to tell us a little bit more about this campaign. Nature boy, meet nature man.
Bruce,
morning.
I'm excited.
I'm surrounded by nature people. I love it, man.
I'm also a little bit upset because I'd never ever heard of this concept before. Tell me about this, man. Green School South Africa. Is it a school where you learn, or is it just gardening and like all the good stuff? Tell me about this.
So it's still a school that you learn at. So we have from grade 00 right up to grade 8 at the moment, and then we'll gradually add a grade on per year. But we do normal school, but we have a space. It's sustainably based, and we do get the kids out in the garden, and we teach them concepts outside as well as inside. But yeah, still school, but environmentally based.
Could I still possibly enroll? Maybe just I read too much.
Listen, he has a few gaps in the educational path. I was lucky enough to benefit for just a couple of years in an environmentally driven school, and it changed my life. It really did. So being able to immerse a child in that for their entire schooling career is phenomenal to me. Let's focus on what's happening right now. Obviously, Zero Waste Week is something that thankfully the world has embraced. It should be every day, not just 1 week of the entire year. And as I understand it started in the UK, but we seem to have adopted it here in South Africa. Is it working? Clearly not, if we look at what's going on. How do you feel about where we stand at the moment?
So I think there is, as you mentioned, it's like we're at the height of plastic pollution at the moment. It's not any better than it's ever been, but people are speaking about it, which is good. We need to get that motivation to people, get it out there, and there are people following it and people pushing it. There's shops and things that were never open before, like Shop Zero. They have a pop-up shop at our school this week, so pushing that there are alternatives. We don't have to be sitting on this plastic sort of wave that can keep on going. There are alternatives, and let's work towards it and get it going.
Working towards zero waste policy as well, which is something which I believe is quite big in the school. How exactly are you doing that? Because it is easier said than done. We have so much waste as it is, the way we consume as human beings. How are you eradicating that?
Yeah, so it's been a reality for us for day one. We've been living the zero waste project, and it's been a huge learning curve. So it's not just click, find, and you'd sort it. There's been a lot of research that's been going into it. And the school's been doing things like we have our own on-site kitchen in the school, and the kids eat at school, a morning snack and a lunchtime snack. So nobody brings their lunch boxes in, and that cuts packaging hugely. And then all our waste from our kitchens and from our gardens, we compost in a big way. So we produce 6 to 8 cubic meters of compost a month. And that all gets fed back into our gardens, and we have a massive vegetable garden which we grow our produce. It's a bit of a circular economy in the compost system. And the kids get drawn into this, and they learn each step that thrown away is not away. We try and teach them right through the steps. So when you scrape your plate off, okay, now what?
Yeah.
Take it down to the compost heap.
In the process.
Yeah, and it's not just thrown in the compost heap. So all our cooked food we put through a bokashi system and ferment it, and then that makes it available for composting. And all our raw food is separated from our cooked food, and that also gets composted. So yeah, it's just we're trying to immerse the kids in this and show them that this is a reality, that it is possible to live.
It becomes a culture. It becomes a culture, which I think is the biggest issue in South Africa, is that an innate respect of your environment. We've disconnected with that for some reason, and that cultural shift is absolutely vital. But as you said, it's been a learning curve. So maybe we can round off with some tips of advice for other schools, because schools become a great way, an opportunity, a gateway to a community to be able to spread that cultural influence. What is your advice for other schools wanting to go green and approach zero waste or less waste?
Yeah, so I think finding out who your local recycling guys are and making a relationship with them and finding out what actually is recyclable. You hear in the media you can recycle pretty much everything. The reality is very little of what is said to be recycled can be recycled. Finding out from them what can be recycled is like the first step. And then partnering with organizations like the Glass Recycling Company, Collector Can, any of those guys, they have a lot of school initiatives where they'll come and drop a bin off at your school. And a lot of them run competitions. So if you do really well in collecting glass and things, you can actually come out with cash prizes and stationery prizes at the end of the year. And because we're quite a small school, we have then partnered with our community and the parents to increase the glass intake, and local restaurants, which is a great thing. So we then are ensuring that their waste streams are actually getting recycled and not ending up in a landfill.
You are the green school. You are. It's just amazing to me. Now, I've done so much work with schools and communities, and I think people often miss that opportunity. Yes, you're teaching a younger generation that ultimately are going to be the custodians of the country that we leave, but those kids will influence their parents. It really does spread out. I'm so impressed by what you guys do every day. Thank you for literally putting your money where your mouth is and living by the zero waste principle. I know it comes with great challenges. And yeah, one day look forward to eating a meal at the school. It's amazing.
You can come visit me when I enroll, and I'll make you something in the kitchen.
Thank you, man.
Perfect. But Bruce, thank you so much, man. You've been a brilliant part of what I think is just paving the way for a good future, especially with our youth as well. So instilling it in these youngsters is something essential. So I can't thank you enough for that. And of course, Green Schools, you can check them out online. And if you've got any kids, then you definitely want to enroll them in the school, because this is where the future is at. We'll be continuing the conversation. We're continuing everything about going green and reducing our waste in just a bit, but let's find out first up what's happening in the news for Jamie Lee Downberg.
So,
Not the news.
What news do you have?
I have a lot of news to tell you about.
What's
Zero
the news?
Waste Week. It's Zero Waste Week. Do you know that?
Zero Waste, that's what it is. It's all week, and that's great. That's the news today. Just breaking news. Another thing I want to tell you is that we want to renews recycle. That's the whole idea. And this morning, we take a look at an award-winning business called Regenize, which is on a mission to make recycling more accessible, inclusive, and rewarding for the communities.
Yeah, and what they also do is they provide recycling services to households and partner with informal collectors to perform the collection and also reward residents for recycling. Now, let's see exactly how it all works with this on the Zero Waste Week.
I'm Chad Robertson.
I'm Kazim Lomiti.
We are the co-founders of Regenize. Regenize is an inclusive, accessible and rewarding recycling service that provides recycling collections to citizens of Cape Town. So our model focuses on working with waste pickers. We provide them with tricycles, mobile devices and uniforms through integrating them into the model and then connecting them with the households that sign up for the recycling service. The issue, however, is that they are at the bottom of the food chain. They're getting the least for the recyclables. They're collecting in the most horrible conditions. They're scratching through people's bins just to make a living. So we thought, why are they having to operate like that? How can we use our skill set and our technology to kind of introduce them into our way of doing things?
So they are working from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's us trying to catch them in between the times that they work and then trying to connect with them there. It takes quite a bit of time, over quite a few weeks. Also trying to supply them with food, whether it's food packages or seeing, for example, how we can assist them in their daily collections. And then it's a matter of getting them on board, training them up, getting them known in the communities. Once they go and they knock at the door and ask for their recycling, go pick up the recycling, their name is known, the household welcomes them, they feel like they're part of something, they don't feel rejected anymore, they don't feel like they are pariahs of the community, they feel like they're a part of the community. And that's what we try to bring, that's the value we try to bring to them.
So the day before each collection happens, we send out a reminder to you as a resident saying who will be here between an hour gap. So let's say 12 and 1. We put out your recyclables, and on collection, the guys will then weigh the recyclables. After that, you then receive another notification stating how much you recycled, how much carbon emissions you reduce, and we also reward residents with our virtual currency called Rumali. So it allows them to buy vouchers such as airtime, data, grocery vouchers through our online platform. We're also working on a new model for an offline platform where people can get a QR code and they can connect with spaza shops and redeem the Rumali there as well.
It involves the entire community. So it's not just households that are active in recycling, you have spaza shops as well that are benefiting from that. So that's increasing the economic growth in the local community. And yeah, that's something that we are really passionate about, just trying to close as many gaps as possible.
Everyone call me Maza, waves of the sea. I'm a good swimmer. It makes me feel great because I wake up for a purpose. I wake up in the morning for a reason. By waking up every morning, I know that I'm going to work and I'm going to clean, helping clean the environment to be a better place for the kids to play in. There's no dirt around, whereby when they're playing on the cleaner environment. Actually, this keeps me fit. I wish I could write or compose some things, but here's my composition now. I'm composing here now. How to sort my plastic, glass. I'm more like a conductor of garbage.
Yeah, the community's really been supportive. It's been a learning process for us, for them as well. It's the first time most of these people are recycling at their homes. And so, yeah, it's just been a great learning journey. They've been fully supportive and they really have a passion for improving the community and a passion for supporting projects that helps uplift other people as well.
It's a give and take for both sides, actually. We used to throw our bottles in the dirt bin. Yeah, they come along and like we're putting it now in bags and getting something out of it. It's a good thing, it's keeping our community clean and it's work for people that doesn't have work out there.
So the guys are going to the households. Once they then get the recyclables, they will weigh the bag, capture the weights on the phones and then move on to the next households. Once their load is filled, they'll then go to our decentralized local hub
Local Hub is basically a container that we set up strategically throughout the community. We have a few here in the community. This is one of them. So what happens now is the guys are basically going to be sorting these material by type, and a truck will be coming by at the end of the day to load those up and take those through to the corresponding processing facility.
So informal waste collectors are responsible for collecting up to 90% of all the paper and packaging waste we recycle as a country. And by that, they save government up to 750 million rand a year through landfill airspace. The end goal is to get people to a stage of, reducing as much as they can, living a zero waste lifestyle. And so right now the push is purely just to get as many households recycling in South Africa using our model, but importantly doing it in an inclusive way where we're working with what's already existing in our country. Because we don't see ourselves as a recycling company. Yes, we're offering the service, but we're more about behavior change and making sustainable behavior change, focus on sustainable activities. That's what we're really about.
Beautiful. That is amazing. This is the work that we are here for, going green in South Africa.
That's an inspiring story. So truly great work. Well done, Chad, and being done through Regionise. We all need work like this done all over the place, but more importantly, together.
Nourish your skin with Ingram's for Men, enriched with triple glycerine. For 48-hour moisture and no stickiness. Ingram's, your skin, your brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we continue our environmental focus this morning. We are now going to introduce a brilliant animated film when a loving and dedicated father who is made out of wood soon gets frustrated with his metal son's destructive and excessive consumption of their wooden house. The situation quickly gets out of hand, but when they look to renewable energy for a solution, it seems that a happy ending might just be in sight.
Now, of course, this is the narrative depicted in short animated film Hayun, which was created by third-year students from the animation school in 2016, an appropriate animation for Zero Waste Week. Take a look at this.
This man's art direction.
That was really intense, man. Out of all of these beautiful animated films that we've been lucky enough to get our hands on, this is really such a powerful piece. Absolutely beautiful. Really does drive home the message. Let's continue our discussion around Zero Waste Week as we now show you how that you can reuse your bags in the most ingenious and simple way.
So this is an opportunity for us to focus on something that's vitally important, and that is, you know, the plastic bags that you have, and the, you know, those other carrier bags, and the
milk, always on the floor as well, man.
And you know, it always gets around there, and you're thinking, what am I going to do with this? In front of you is what can be done if you put a little focus and you rebag and you reuse, which is an initiative that is happening right now in Hout Bay, and we've got two lovely ladies to tell you all about it, and also hopefully they'll give us a bag, because this bag used to be another bag, but now it's a bag that is a bag, and this is the most amazing thing ever. So remember, we're raising awareness. It's Zero Waste Awareness Week, and this is why we have this guest in, and I can tell you, Raul, like especially this one over here, I'm eyeing it. I want it.
It's going to look good on you, man.
Thank you very much. That one there, that's the one I want. Because it's got so many colors, it's got so much great detail. But I have these great guests. We have Regine Leroux. Hello there.
Hi.
Welcome. And Maureen Plaatjes.
Good morning.
Hi. So this is a Hout Bay initiative. And I would like to know, when you looked at the plastic bag and you looked at these bags in your house, because you know we all have that cupboard in our house.
Yes.
Okay, and if you're not doing the normal folding it into samosas, which I call them, what are you going to do with it? You have to do something great. Where did this idea spawn from?
Well, during lockdown, we were all forced to go back to our hobbies.
Oh, crochet.
So crochet was one of the hobbies that I, at night in front of the TV, to help not to snack and to fall asleep, just started crocheting, and you know, everything is made with wool, and that's a little bit too traditional.
Yeah.
Started cutting up T-shirts and seeing that's fine. But then I thought and realized that, as you said, that drawer that you have, there's just so much plastic that's being generated. Can we not maybe use that?
Yeah.
So with a bit of a test and a measure, and I know it has been done. I mean, it's not the first that this has been done. There has to be a way to do it. So a few plastic bags later, came up with an initiative to cut them and then to get ladies to crochet.
I love it. And I love the fact that it doesn't look like a plastic bag. I want to just address the elephant in the room here, because I was expecting some dodgy looking thing that would like break after one use, but these look durable. They look awesome as well, and the color options, I'm here for it.
Oh, yes.
Now, it looks like you guys are quite into the swing of things already. Maureen, I'm seeing you already like in your flow state crocheting as we're going along.
Yeah.
But you're not part of 6 ladies who are part of the Iziyama from Hout Bay, I believe.
Yes.
Is that where you guys are manufacturing these from?
We have ladies in Imizamayetu, and then also a few ladies from Hamburg.
Okay.
That I've gathered, so we can start to crochet from plastic bread bags, and then also to empower themselves there out of.
How did you actually get involved in the first place?
I was called by a lady to gather a few ladies from the community that could do crocheting, knitting, beading, painting on clothing, and I think there's one more thing. So I went into the community and asked around, gathered about 6 ladies. Some of us couldn't crochet, so I asked Regine if she can quickly come and show us the basics. And then she also introduced to us how to crochet with the bread bags. And for myself, I fell in love with it up until now.
I see you fall in love with it, because when you come on live TV,
right?
You're like, I don't care about calling around. Let me just do my thing.
Hey, you were just, I mean, I actually don't want to stop you. Do you mind if we see how this thing comes together?
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, that's a gorgeous base. See, I might want that one now.
Okay.
Yeah, so how do you do it? Do you have to cut the bags into strips first?
Yes, we start off by collecting the bags. Then we cut it into strips.
Yes.
So you'll take your scissor, you work all around to the base. You attach it to the other one. So we'll take about 30 bags. We'll make one full crocheted plastic bag.
Wow.
The base takes about 15 single stitches. You keep your edges straight, 1 single around, 30 double stitches up, 1 single around, and then your 60 stitches for your handle. So it's quite a nice journey to fulfill one bag.
Did you just, I'm marveled. You know what really impacted me, and this is, I mean, Zero Waste Week, we love nature. Those were 30 bags that could have been in a landfill.
Oh, legit, yeah.
And now they are in one bag that somebody can purchase. And the purchasing, of course, the money goes somewhere, and that is to empower anybody who is involved in this project. Is that right, Regine? Is that the goal at the end of the day?
Absolutely. The goal is to have this as a sustainable project, first and foremost. Sustainable environmental, but also as a business, where each of the ladies, so Maureen was mentioning, we've got 2 ladies cutting for us, and they've cut into these strips for us.
Yeah.
They get a stipend, the ladies crocheting it gets a stipend, and then a local charity each month also gets some. So the aim is that everybody in the community can benefit from a rubbish plastic bag. So something out of nothing that everybody can benefit from.
Oh, I think it's incredible. You're almost like upskilling and providing even more opportunities from waste.
Yeah.
There cannot be anything more beautiful. Ladies, thank you so much for being a part of the show this morning as well. I think there's so much education when it comes to this topic, and you are such a beautiful part of that. You're shining the good stuff in this world. You're keeping it a little bit greener, and we can't thank you enough for that. So yeah, what a feel-good story of ladies using a passion for crocheting, purpose and repurposing plastic waste in Hout Bay. I absolutely love it.
I'm glad it's back.
Simple as CBD should be.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've really been enjoying the conversation around Zero Waste Week this morning. Now, I know everybody wonders every single day, every morning we enjoy our cup of Nespresso. It's what we do. We have to do it. But have you ever wondered...
9 cups, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Have you ever wondered what happens to the capsules once we leave the studio?
Yeah, well, recycling is on top of the Nespresso commitment to sustainability, and they've made recycling capsules incredibly easy. So as we bring awareness on Zero Waste Week, let's take a look at exactly how it's done.
The Nespresso machine has become a part of our daily routine here in the studio. And another thing that's become a part of our routine is recycling used capsules. And of course, me being nature boy, I'm always the one to do it, but it's really so simple. So I don't actually mind. All you got to do is pop your used capsules into the recycling bin, and then of course, straight after that, drop it off at your nearest boutique or branch. When you get to the store, you can drop your used capsules into the capsule recycling bin. And of course, don't forget to grab yourself a free recycling bag. And seeing that I'm a member of the Nespresso Club, I'm gonna go enjoy some coffee. Sustainability is a big deal to Nespresso and something that is close to their hearts. And that's why making those coffee capsules so easy to recycle makes you part of the efforts to create a coffee experience that is sustainable from farm to cup.
I know we always say this, but it's more than just about the cup of coffee. It's about sustainability. It's about the community. It's about growing. It's just amazing what Nespresso's done.
at big business being able to kind of lend their voice, but also their structural changes and the fact that they've engineered their entire business model around making it work, and they make it so easy for you as well. So if you're, for instance, picking up an online order, if they are delivering, they can bring you a bag and they can pick up your capsules to be recycled as well. They might turn out to be something really cool at being upcycled, or at least you know that the critical components will be recycled. Absolutely vital.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you. Now we're about to cheers with one of my favorites. It's the macchiato. You don't know about it. It's a beautiful espresso. It's got some foamed milk. And we're about to do something for the warmer season coming out. We're going to do a macchiato on ice. It's going to sound delicious. It definitely does. And here to show us how is myself and Chef Chumi in the building.
Can we wake up now? I think that's
we
exactly
are ready
what
to wake up with this, of course. We just heard all the beautiful stuff when it comes to sustainability. And on top of that, there's some beautiful flavor coming to this too. So.
Yeah.
Do you need some assistance?
No, not even. We need to sustain ourselves as well.
Okay.
So it's quite a simple recipe, very easy, because we're trying to make sure that we still have all the energy in the day, but we still want flavor in it.
Yes.
And the simple thing about this recipe, it starts off with the ice. So most people would want to add the ice at the end.
Okay.
We're starting with our ice first. So I'm just adding a couple of cubes of ice into our glass.
All right.
And then you're going to go in and add our coffee for us, our Nespresso.
I've never done it like this way, where you're putting it on top of the ice. So that's gonna be quite interesting, and I think it's gonna look good as well. So
I'm revolutionizing the making of coffee.
Revolution. Now we're using the Espresso Ristretto Italiano. It's a roasty and intense flavor. It's got fruity notes and it's got a little bit of a mild acidity. Now the blend of Brazilian Arabica and Indian Robusta is what you'd find in this, and it's a split roast too. So that means long roast Arabica and quick roast Robusta, which gives body roastiness and a cocoa bitterness. Now let's get into the making of this. I'm going to hit the espresso first. That's obviously the first ingredient to our macchiato, and then after that I'm going to add the foamed milk, which is that good stuff.
And the perfect part is if you want sugar, because we always talk about people wanting sugar in their coffee. If you want to, you could actually put it at the very end. I mean, you could actually dissolve it in a sugar syrup, put that at the bottom, put your ice cubes, then put everything else, and then as you stir it in, the sugar dissolves into the whole mixture. Beautiful.
All right.
But you don't have to, like you always say, those coffee people that always come at me and come for me, you don't have to put the sugar. The Nespresso has all the flavor in it.
So the last little step in this list is just tapping a button and going for some hot milk or some foam. So let me go for some foam, actually, because I know that is an absolute treat when it comes to this. So clicked hot foam, yeah, that should be coming through now, and that's the final ingredient to this. And I'm so curious to see how it's going to look against the ice now. I mean, is it going to melt it? Is it going to infuse together? But one thing I can say, it smells absolutely good already. I don't know if you're getting some of these wafts.
I am. And you're also getting that beautiful layering of it with the coffee at the bottom. And as we stir it in, it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah. Look at that.
It smells so good.
It's like a dance of beauty, of flavor, of absolute gorgeous roastiness.
It's like a morning milkshake, imagine. This is the one indulgent
This is like adult milkshake time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? All right, let me click stop on that because we don't want this to overflow. And voila, as simple as that, macchiato on ice. It's the perfect drink for you to tuck into with all the warm weather coming through. And
I'm the guest, so
and you're the guest, right? So that was for you. Now, to get your hands on this delicious recipe, you can visit expressoshow.com and you can clearly see how easy it was. Just a touch of a few buttons, and of course our hero ingredient over here.
It's so mild.
How does it taste?
It's very mild. If ever a person is complaining about coffee and bitterness and all of that, no, this is beautiful, mellow flavors. Everything you want in a coffee. It's perfect.
It's all me. It's all me. I'm here to serve. Voila. Expressoshow.com. Check it out, guys. Oh, nice. Let's make myself one.
With every cup, we cultivate some of the finest coffee in the world, celebrating farmers as artists, elevating every coffee moment, because with every cup, precious coffee preserves the beauty of our world. Nespresso, what else?
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I got a surprise for you. Stand by, because you're about to say cello to a brand new group that is going to entertain you. So I'm going to tell you straight up that this may contain scenes of beautiful violence and entertainment. Viewer discretion is not advised, because Good Luck's newly launched wedding entertainment venture, Get Lucky Entertainment, is here for you. And we've got this classical duo consisting of Pearl Jung as well as Josh Louis. And they're performing what has become the quintessential wedding of the modern age song. It's Pachelbal's Canon in the key of D major. Do enjoy this fine bit of music for you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. That was absolutely sensational. Pearl, wow. Josh, wow. And remember that this could actually be at your wedding, but you have to enter the competition first. Go to getluckyentertainment.com, fill out your details and your motivation, and you or a friend could win an incredible wedding curated by the very, very talented Good Luck. So good luck to you, and catch the bouquet.
Well, it's 4 minutes before 8 o'clock. Time to have a final look at those news headlines, starting with those local news. An infographic published by Groote Hospital in Cape Town regarding numbers of vaccinated versus unvaccinated patients in its wards is genuine, the hospital says. Now, this as anti-vaxxers immediately pushed back on Twitter, claiming without providing evidence that the infographic was fake, and the infographic shows dramatic differences between the number of vaccinated versus unvaccinated people admitted to the hospital's wards. Now, there were 153 unvaccinated patients in hospital against 3 vaccinated patients and 66 unvaccinated patients, but no vaccinated patients in high care or ICU, of whom 32 were on ventilators. And then some sad news on the SA front. SA is wilting under an avalanche of some 79,000 tons of plastic pollution per year. Now, this is according to a new study commissioned by the Worldwide Fund for Nature. This massive amount, much of which ends up in the ocean, makes SA the 11th worst plastic polluter. The average South African generates 41 kilograms of plastic waste every year, significantly more than global per capita average of 29 kilograms per year. Much of this escapes the waste management net due to household waste not being collected, etc. On the international front, government workers in Zimbabwe who do not wish to be vaccinated against COVID-19 should resign. Its Justice Minister Ziyambi said yesterday. Zimbabwe has so far vaccinated 2.7 million people against a target of inoculating 2/3 of its 15 million population by the end of the year. President Emerson Mnangagwa's government says it has paid for 12 million COVID-19 doses from China. Ziyambi said while Zimbabweans would not be forced to get vaccinated, those in the public service had a responsibility to take the jab. And then a Vietnamese man has been sentenced to jail for 5 years for flouting COVID-19 rules and spreading the virus. A court found Lee Van Tree guilty of transmitting dangerous infectious diseases to 8 people, one of whom died. In early July, 28-year-old Tree was found to have lied on a health declaration form which inquired about his recent travel history. Until recently, Vietnam has been largely successful in keeping COVID out thanks to tight restrictions. However, infections have surged since June. And then finally, the ultimate for thrill seekers. The United Arab Emirates has the world's longest zip line where thrill seekers travel at speeds of some 100 kilometers per hour along a 2.8 kilometer cable weighing more than 6 tons. But soon, the Western Cape will boast the world's longest zip line. In the picturesque Overberg Mountains near Caledon, extreme thrill seekers will this summer be able to travel at over 100 kilometers per hour on a zip line exceeding 3 kilometers in length at an estimated 500 meters above the ground at its highest point. Situated 112 kilometers from Cape Town next to the N2, the zip line will eventually become the world's longest with a record-breaking 5 kilometers planned. Now, the Western Cape Minister of Tourism, David Meneer, says it will be known as the K3 and bring much-needed financial investment to Caledon and the Overberg. He also added, and I quote, "As with all our other adventure projects, we also intend providing training and employment opportunities to local communities. Indeed, a win-win situation." On that high note, that is where I wrap up your news headlines here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Here is G with a final look at the sports.
Well, Jamie, sadly, I'm going to have to bring us all straight back down to earth with this one. We start with cricket. South Africa's winless run in ODI series continued after losing by 78 runs to Sri Lanka in that third and final game as the hosts clinched a 2-1 series win. So the Proteas were asked to bowl first and restricted the hosts to 203 for 9 in their 50 overs. Looked competitive at the time. Keshav Maharaj, definitely the pick of the bowlers, figures of 3 for 38. But in response, South Africa never got going with the bat. And at one stage were even 54 for 6. Heinrich Klaasen did show some fight and was the top run scorer with just 22 runs. That paints a picture. That as South Africa were dismissed for only 125. Now attention turns to the T20s, and that kicks off on Friday. Now for some good news in the US Open. South Africa's Lloyd Harris will face 4th seed Alexander Zverev in the quarterfinals of the US Open. This is the furthest that the 24-year-old has been in a Grand Slam, having seen off Riley Opelka in the 4th round to get to this stage. It's been a great summer up north for Harris, who also beat Rafa Nadal in August. With his progression to the last 8, Harris has also jumped up to a career-high ranking of 31st and is set to pocket a cool 6 million rand, even if he loses to the Olympic champion. Then, speaking of kind of ruckus news in the world of rugby, the Western Province Rugby Union have now confirmed that the 2019 World Rugby Player of the Year, Pieter-Steph du Toit, will be leaving the franchise. That's when his contract expires in November. Du Toit is set to join Japanese side Toyota Verblitz, while Schickerling moves to Japan as well on a short-term contract that will see him return to the Western Cape franchise. Both players spent 5 years at the Stormers, with coach John Dobson saying that they would not stand in the way of what are life-changing deals for both players. Then, speaking of new deals, onto Formula One. The probably worst-kept secret in Formula One is now out after Mercedes officially confirmed that George Russell will race for them next year. Russell joins 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton on a long-term deal to complete an all-British lineup for the Silver Arrows. 23-year-old Russell leaves Williams after 3 years with the team. Elsewhere, AlphaTauri also confirmed that Pierre Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda have been retained for 2022. Well, that's a wrap of your sport for this Wednesday morning. Let's get one last take on the weather.
Thank you so much, Gina. We're starting off the weather this morning by moving to KZN, where disaster management teams were dispatched to areas in KwaZulu-Natal to lend a hand after families were left homeless following heavy rains yesterday. Now, the teams monitored areas prone to weather-related incidences, and heavy rain in and around Durban caused a landslide in Lemercy and the North Coast, with parts of the road collapsed and a section of a house washed away completely. Now, in Kwadukuza, a house collapsed as a result of heavy rain too. Now, no injuries or fatalities were reported in those incidences yesterday morning, but more rain is expected along the coast. Now, meanwhile, KZN snow seekers have been delighted by snowfalls in places such as Castleburn, Drakensberg Gardens and Sani Pass, with a thick blanket of snow which was visible in KZN's mountainous regions. Now, we are sending our thoughts to our fellow South Africans in these areas and hope that you all remain safe. Now, while our viewers in affected areas of KZN may not be seeing a sunrise this morning due to weather conditions, we are able to share some sunrise views from other parts of the country as a new day begins. And Eduardo Maxwell Falkers from Mossel Bay shared this absolutely stunning image of the sky, showing off hues of pink and yellow cast onto the clouds. And then next up, we had aspiring photographer Misha Hendricks, only in grade 11, who took this beautiful picture from Easterplaat, Cape Town. And then Rena Fasen from East London starts us off with this stunning cloud-filled sky, showing off the sun rays cast across the area as it breaks through the cloud cover. And then Samuel B. Jacobs II from Beaufort West shared this glowing photo showing the sunrise above the clouds. What a great shot. You can clearly see you got me smiling, and I think the rest of Mzansi. We can't thank you enough for sending in these incredible pictures from South Africa. And now to take a look at the rest of the country, of course, and the weather. We're starting off in Polokwane, where we have a low of 8 and a high of 19 degrees with 12% chance of rain coming through. Mbombela starts your day on 12 with a high of 18, and Pretoria, you can expect thunderstorms and showers coming through with a low of 9 and a high of 18 degrees for the day. Johannesburg, very similar, 40% chance of rain and thunder showers expected with a low of 8 and a high of 16 degrees for your day. Mahikeng, a low of 12 and a high of 23. Klerksdorp, you can expect some thunder showers too, 40% chance coming through there with a low of 10 and a high of 23. Kimberley, you start your day on 8 and move all the way up to 23 degrees Celsius. Bloemfontein, a chilly 4 degrees to start your day, moving up to 22 degrees. Richards Bay, you'll start your day on 13 with a high of 20 and 41% chance of rain coming through. And Pietermaritzburg, sunnier day expected with only 1% chance of cloud cover and a low of 9 and a high of 21 degrees. Durban, your day starts on 15 and moves up to 20 degrees Celsius. Mthatha, actually 5 degrees to start your day, moving up to 21 degrees. East London, a full sunny day ahead with 11 to start your day, moving up to 21 degrees. Cradock, a chilly 1 to start your day, moving up to 24 degrees. Gqeberha, sun all around with a low of 10 and a high of 21 degrees. George, very similar sunny skies with a low of 8 and a high of 20 degrees Celsius. And then the mother city, Cape Town, you'll start your day on 9 with a high of 17 degrees. And Worcester, very similar with a low of 7 and a high of 24 degrees. Sutherland, you'll go back to a chilly start at 3 degrees Celsius, moving up to 19 degrees. And last but not least, we have Upington, starting your day on 7 degrees Celsius, sunny skies expected, moving all the way up to 27 degrees for the day. Now that concludes our weather report this morning. Of course, it is zero waste. We are looking after the environment, and let's see what else Mzansi has to say about that.
Looks like a nice day today, hey? Beautiful.
It looks like a beautiful day, man. A beautiful day to save the planet. Now, I'm horrified that South Africa sits 11th on the list of polluters in the world. Got to do something to address that. So, incidentally, this is now the 700th Tropica that I've drunk out of this bottle. Can you believe it? No, we do have a drive here. All of our food, everything, we kind of try to live within a sustained bubble if we can. So we reuse, recycle our plastics, and our Tropicas get the bottles get reused.
It's an easy thing to reuse.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it like smoothies on the go, whatever. If you're done with this, rinse it out. Smoothies, simple. But we're looking for easy tips from your side as to how do you reduce waste in your home, and you've answered on social media. So let's take a look at some of the comments that come through.
ATM Sugar Brown.
Wow.
Gets the award for the most interesting name this morning.
Well done.
1, store all waste in plastic until full. 2, separate leftovers or give away. 3, throw away plastic when full in the recycling bin for the municipality.
Beautiful.
Got a plan.
Terence Amira Maka says this, take a listen. Food waste is a big no-no. To avoid this, I meal prep, repurpose leftovers into a new meal, and sometimes make a mystery box like MasterChef to use all the ingredients. Tins, plastic bottles, use these to plant seedlings. What I don't use, I give to the recycling guys.
And there's some great recycling guys. We've covered some great initiatives this morning. There are companies, the best way about supporting these awesome organizations like that, they are creating jobs for other people and addressing waste in the same breath. So thank you so much for your suggestions. Keep them coming. At Expresso Show is the handle to use. Join Expresso this spring to stand a chance of winning a 4,000 Rand Plascon voucher weekly as we ask how you colour your life. Is it the cherry red in your ride, maybe the burst of new blues from your garden, or the sunsets and seascapes of a favourite getaway? Well, answer our weekly social media question and find the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. Then colour your life with 4,000 Rand paint vouchers to be won all spring on Expresso.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
For many of us, our homes aren't just a place to live. Certainly not anymore. They've now become our offices, our schools, our gyms, and so much more. And with people spending more time at home, especially during lockdown, we are seeing a lot more interest in home improvements and people sprucing up those pads. Now, joining us this morning to unpack these home improvements and to chat about the latest trends is Electrolux Managing Director of South Africa, Murray Crowe. A very good morning, Murray. How are you?
Excellent, and yourself, Graham?
I'm really interested in what we're going to be talking about right now because, like many people, I've been one of those guys teaching at home, certainly trying to conduct work at home, train at home. My living space and the notion of that has changed dramatically over the last year and a half. Maybe a good place for us to start the discussion is with some of those major consumer trends that you guys at Electrolux have noticed and really grabbed hold of.
The trends have been largely positive for us. So small appliances, coffee machines, kettles, microwaves, cooking, all have seen tremendous growth over this last 18 months. The category that was negatively affected was the category of clothing irons. As people, you know, it's rather funny, but as people were not needing to go out or not allowed to go out, and working from home and working in more casual gear, the sales of irons were actually 25% down during that period.
That is mind-blowing, but I can certainly understand that. You can see that I am not just dressed from the top up, though, for this discussion. Really, really interesting time to be alive, and I think one area where you would have seen a big shift is in home-tainment. Talk me through that new trend.
Yeah, so home-tainment, I suppose you could put the home office into that because people have invested heavily in the environment of home technology, including laptops to be working from home. The television has become a central focus when you're entertaining people. And then the kitchen. So, cooking appliances and fancy, showing off their cooking skills to friends and family has become something that was, previously not so much of a focus. People are wanting to do more at home in a safer environment with close family and friends where there's less risk to everybody. So it's been phenomenal, the upsurge that we've seen and the interest that we've seen. And the one category that I missed out on earlier was floor care. Floor care during this last 18 months has been very positively affected by, people that possibly previously didn't do too much home, cleaning themselves, etc., doing the floor care themselves. The investment in that environment has also been pretty much the opposite of what we saw in the clothes irons category.
Buddy, I've got a 1.5-year-old and a 4-year-old, so my floor care, I can understand why that has become such a dominant area. All of this being said, this obviously has shifted the course of, I think, an organization like yourself in some way. What is the vision now for Electrolux in South Africa?
Right. We intend to continue to offer high quality, innovative, and value for money propositions for our consumers moving forward. And at Electrolux, we also have a great focus on sustainability. So energy consumption, energy efficiency, climate sensitive products, all of those things are core to our business. And in fact, if you look at it globally, Electrolux leads the way in our categories of goods from a sustainability point of view, with a view to have our operations at a zero carbon footprint by 2030.
That is brilliant to hear. Now, I've also heard another exciting rumor about a planned relaunch of the AEG brand. Can you give us any kind of sneak peek of what we can expect and what your growth plans are for Africa?
AEG is one of the brands that is in the Electrolux stable. And we've got some fantastic, exciting products, mainly in major appliances. We have some particular products that have huge innovation going forward that, will also lend itself to saving the planet and saving water and saving your clothing. As we wash with better innovation, for example, we cook more efficiently and effectively. We have ovens coming in with integrated steam functions and integrated air fryers, for example. And we are very, very delighted to reposition this brand to its rightful place in the marketplace as a premium offering.
Very exciting times indeed, but I've got to touch on something that's come through in just about everything that you've been speaking about this morning. With your lofty goals, quite ambitious goals in sustainability, why is this so important to you?
I think it has to be important to everybody. And, Graham, everybody needs to take a very close interest in sustainability as we move forward. It's absolutely crucial that we do our best for the planet. We have invested this year 15 million rand locally in a solar solution which will reduce our carbon footprint here in our head office by 45% per annum. And that's, 1,600 panels on the roof. And this sort of investment is happening globally across the business with Electrolux. That's one of the things that I really love about this business, is that it has a focus about the future. It's the right focus, and it's a long-term focus.
Quite literally, it's called putting your money where your mouth is, and it is so impressive to see. So thank you so much for being that voice in your sector, and thank you for shedding a light on a really interesting shift in the way that we see and utilize our home space. It's been great to connect with you this morning. Thank you so much.
Graham, thanks very much for your time and the opportunity. It's much appreciated.
With more of us mastering our cooking skills and wanting to show people how good we are and choosing to rather entertain in small circles at home, AEG are here to help us take our skills even higher. With innovations that push the boundaries of what is achievable in our living space, they are here to challenge the expected with uncompromising innovation that stands out today and, most importantly, helps to build tomorrow.
Why not order from your oven? With precision, raise your standards and make it matter. AEG. Challenge the expected.
I got something special for you. Now, from sprucing up our home to sprucing up how we enjoy smoothies and health juices, they're an excellent contributor to weight loss, quick and easy to make, and very popular amongst the A-listers. I mean, Reese Witherspoon has actually gone on about her homemade green juice on her social media platforms. It's amazing. But this is the type of juice that you can make without your spoon. This morning, we have our own celeb, Chef Clem, in the studio with his spoon to make an anti-inflammatory smoothie. Using the new 800-watt NutriBullet juicer, Chef Clem, a pleasure as always.
Thank you.
With your spoon.
Clem with his spoon.
That's it.
I love that. I love that.
You're welcome, and I got your back, man. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this beautiful baby, and we're going to create a juice that is going to be anti-inflammatory. How does that even come about? What is anti-inflammatory about the ingredients you're using?
Well, we know that turmeric's got amazing anti-inflammatory properties, and then it's just amazing when you can combine fruits and vegetables together and get the most nutrients out of them.
Okay.
There's a few tricks to actually help your body absorb those nutrients even better. And today I'm going to tell you about it. But the thing is about, like, back in the day, kitchen appliances, I feel like were not that beautiful. It was more about the function over, like, more than the form. Today...
I can tell. If you look at the old appliances, my word, they're they're quite chunky, and for some reason they always used brown. Like cream and brown.
Why?
Remember? I don't know why. I don't know. But if I look at this, this is basically, like, I feel like this should be in your garage.
Yeah.
Next to your vehicle.
Wow.
It's got
Absolutely.
that look to it. You know what I mean?
It's so beautiful. Okay, but let's get started. So the one thing I love about juicing is the fact that, like I said, we spoke about all the delicious nutrients you get out of it. It's delicious. It's amazing.
Indeed.
The one thing I don't like, all the millions of pieces you have to clean afterwards. This guy's got it covered. It's not a lot of pieces.
And don't forget about this thing, eh? What? Sorry, that's 800 watts.
800 watts.
That's right. You see?
That makes a difference.
Hey.
That makes a difference.
It does.
Okay? Right, okay. So we spoke about the fact that not a lot of pieces, you don't have to do a big cleanup. The other thing for me is the size of the shoot. Because some of the shoots are small, so you end up chopping your vegetables even finer. I don't want to waste...
More work. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. You actually want to gooi in, and you want to do that because you don't have a lot of time.
You don't?
You just... But also, this thing is so beautiful. I feel like if you want to do an Instagram picture with a vehicle, good for you. Do it with an 800-watt NutriBullet juicer.
Right.
You know, get it nice close. You get the shine over here. You get that. I feel like it's going to be like... You're going to be Vin Diesel in the kitchen.
He probably has this one.
Yes.
He probably has his NutriBullet. I mean, it's amazing. Okay.
I can see that, you know. I don't have juice, I got family. You know? I think that's kind of like the way it's going to go. Anyway, you're going to show me about the juice.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to pass this to you. So we're going to start with pineapple. The ingredients, very simple. Pineapple, carrots, lemons, fresh ginger, fresh turmeric, and then my two little elements to spice things up.
Are you going to do cayenne?
Stop it, man.
You're going to do cayenne?
What? No, but I got another one.
Oh, do you have another one? Okay, I want to leave the one I'll leave a secret. That's fine. So now, the simple thing, the shoot is quite big, and this goes on top of the shoot, because as your 800 watts, the power goes through. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to go brrr. And here's another thing. You didn't peel off the skin.
We spoke about food waste, right?
Yeah.
Okay, most times, when you take the peel off of vegetables or fruits or the skins, you take so much of the actual fruit and vegetable off.
And the nutrients.
Don't do that. Just keep the skin on. Okay, you're going to do that. Another thing is, what I love, and I'm like, why did no one think about this?
Yeah.
With the NutriBullet, this is the lid that you get for the jug, okay? It has a lid.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I know it sounds basic, but the others don't. What happens is then the things just oxidize, things go brown in the fridge. The fact that you have a lid, you can prep ahead of time, 48 hours ahead of time.
And then in the morning, let's just say if you're waking up like at 3:45 in the morning for a show like, Expresso, you can just take out the jug, pour it in the glass, you're like, whoo!
Vin Diesel just drinks it straight out the jug.
Well, obviously does.
Yeah.
But then he adds like eggs, like raw eggs to it.
Go for it.
Am I ready?
Go for it.
All right. Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Nice. Okay. So,
and look here. I told you, the pulp. if your pulp has got this dryness to it, your juice is doing the right thing. That's why it's big for me. Like, if I want to see the pulp have a little bit of droog to it, then you know that all the juice is coming out.
That's the one-time droogness.
Sometimes,
is good.
sometimes the pulp looks like pop. Then you're like, no,
because
what's going on?
Because you want that stuff that's making it pop. You want that in the jug.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay. So another thing is you've got some variable speeds there, gears.
Yeah, I can tell.
Vin Diesel coming through on the gears.
Yes, he's coming through with that, because I heard that one was like, what was that on there, like 80 k's an hour? Or?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And then obviously you kick it up a bit, and then you like 120.
Ooh, let's go for it.
Okay, so you're going in the higher gear now for your harder veggies.
That's right.
Go for it. Go, 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 go.
Okay.
Reese Witherspoon would be so proud. Okay,
yes.
Next one. Whole turmeric, whole ginger, and I'm just always, I never get like bored of breaking over whole turmeric and
by the way,
color. Yes.
We just made carrot powder. That's how good the juice is. And the juice is there.
And you know what you do with this?
What do you do, carrot
powder? You
powder?
fold this into a carrot cake. You got pineapple and carrot.
Come on.
No, guys.
Come on.
It's like an infomercial and wait.
Yes, there's
more. Okay, ginger, turmeric goes in.
You call now. We'll give you... No, I'm just kidding. I actually do have a little something for you later.
We should give someone something.
Okay, while you're adding that, I can actually just... are you doing that with the peel on?
Why not?
Oh, my
Why not?
word.
Okay, I'm good for you. You can do that.
Okay, right. So here's how you win. And that's how easy it is to win an 800-watt NutriBullet juicer.
Love it.
That's
love it.
all the details you need. I'm kidding. That's not what the details.
Then you can...
Ooh!
Wow.
Fragrance.
Is
The
it you?
smell.
Is it you?
It's my cologne, but also the ginger.
Oh,
That's
my
how it
goodness.
goes. Thank
Okay,
you.
so it's got a little tappage enclosed, so it stops the drip. Also, like, guys, it's the small things in life that excite me.
I can tell you, though, and you said drip. This is kitchen drip right here.
That's kitchen drip
That's
right there.
All over.
Okay, give it a mix.
With your spoon.
With a spoon, with his spoon. Okay. Cayenne pepper. No. Let's do the cayenne pepper as a garnish. Okay, cool. Pepper. Black pepper.
All right.
A little bit of black pepper aids your body in absorbing all those nutritional benefits from turmeric. Did you know that?
I did not know that, but now you see, the thing is, you teach me things all the time. Okay, but what I will do, while you're preparing that, I did promise you something, and that is an opportunity to win. So, with the new efficient 800-watt NutriBullet juicer, without your spoon, you can enjoy fresh and nutritious juices every single day. And here's the thing, one very lucky viewer stands a chance to win a brand new 800-watt NutriBullet juicer to the value of 2,999 Rand. Simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages with the hashtag NutriBulletWillies to enter and tell us the first fruit and veg juice combo you would make. Make it exciting, make it creative. The competition closes at midnight, Sunday, 12 September. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. I want you to win this baby. Are we ready for the juice?
Okay. Cayenne pepper didn't go on top. It went a little bit on the... Can you see what I did there?
I see. Oh, my... Look at you do that. Hey. All right, I'm going to do a quick taster. Let's give you a score out of 7.
Diesel points. Vin Diesel points. Here we go. The silence is crazy. Everybody's like, it's just...
Can I tell you, this is the juice that will make you loose.
Wow.
I'm just letting you know.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on.
Wow, it's better.
Try it at home and also win this beautiful baby 800-watt NutriBullet juicer. It's fantastic. Right, get the juice that makes you loose from Chef Clem.
Nourish your skin with Ingram's Tissue Oil and Rich Body Care range for 48-hour rich moisture. Ingram's, your skin, your brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, maybe you are starting a new paint project in the house, but have no idea where to even start. With so many types of paints to choose from, there is a lot we need to ask ourselves before selecting a paint, and you want it to go the distance. So no need to fuss. We're going to chat to our very own interior designer, Dylan Tomas, about the different types of paints and how to use them in the house. Dylan, welcome back, buddy. It's
great to see you guys.
Yeah.
Dylan, I think you and I are going to be best friends because currently I'm busy redoing our living room, okay? So I'm trying to, you know, just use it up a bit. But it is daunting from where to start. Take us through the paints first. Let's start right there. Take us through the paints. What different type of paints are there?
So it's really a good question because I think a lot of people do feel that this is a very overwhelming experience. So the key thing to do is that when you look at paints, what is the room setting? Like, what is it for? Is it your living room, your kitchen? And when you know that, you can decide exactly what you're going to be using. So you do a very good wall paint on the walls and a good paint for the skirtings, which would be like a water-based enamel, which dries really quickly, which is easier when you mop up. It just doesn't leave those horrible brown marks on the floor.
Okay. See why I need you?
Yeah,
I totally get that.
It sounds so easy and simple. Why are we fretting, in fact? Let's talk about finish and the nuance in the paint therein. How do we know what to choose for what?
So for me, I think the more durable, the better. So especially when you have kids and that, because kids love to scribble on the walls and stuff like that. So you want to be able to wash that off once they finish their art piece. And you've taken a photo, right?
Some of them I've actually just left up.
Exactly.
I've just left them up
that
there.
good, right? So you want a really durable paint. When you have less texture in the wall, it's a lot better because you can wash it a lot easier. So I would always look at that sort of thing. So you don't want it too rough a finish. A lot smoother is easier to maintain and also easier to wash.
Okay.
Definitely.
You touched on this briefly, but does the choice of room affect the choice of painting you should be using as well?
100%. So in a bathroom, you would definitely use a sturdier, almost like algae-free type paint, so that there's no mold that gets there, especially when you shower and stuff like that. There's nothing worse when you walk into a bathroom and you see the algae on the roof.
Yeah.
It's just not great, especially with small apartments that aren't well ventilated. So you want to make sure you're choosing a paint that doesn't allow that to grow onto the ceilings. In a living room kind of thing, you want something that's washable, or in a high traffic area, you also want something that's a little bit more washable. So it is really important to look at the area and then apply the paint to it.
And also if you have a child, because like you said, with Luca just scribbles everywhere, and you always need something that you can just wipe off as well.
But he first has to sign it before you wipe it, right?
And it's crazy how often it happens. And you think, where did you even find the pen? I mean, we've hidden all the pens in our house. Speaking of pens and colour, obviously we have been treated to a dramatic colour season, if you will, and coming into a new season is fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, often you want to look to colour as being the quickest and easiest way to refresh. How do we start that process? What's the best way to approach selecting a colour for a space, do you think?
So colour is so personalised, right? Because what colour I love and what colour you love is so different. So I think what's really important is when you see a colour, how does it make you feel? I think that's the first starting point. And also you're going to be looking at this wall or a room for quite a period of time, so you don't want it to be a colour that is too overpowering. So I think when you choose a colour that will complement the space, not overpower the space, because you still want to be able to interact. Your furniture should complement it too, but also if you don't choose the right colour, you can always just change it again, right? Isn't that the best part of it?
That's the whole point to it. But I completely agree with you. Don't go for something on trend just because it's on trend.
100%, yeah.
Go for it because it makes you feel happy.
Exactly.
It makes you feel good. Awesome advice. Thank you so much, man. Well, no matter the look, Plascon is here to give your home the look you've always dreamed of. Together, we've got this.
As you can see, there's a little bit of smoke on the screen over here. It's not only Jamie Lee and Graham's amazing performance there, but also because the performers are about to blow you away. Before we get there, we know how to choose between different paints, but do we know how to choose between two difficult personal scenarios? And I feel like it's time to find out.
Let us find out indeed. Now look, we all love our friends and we love our money, right?
Yep.
But what happens when we don't love our friends that are spending their money and how they're spending their money? Well, it's time to find out in another round of Would You Rather. What's the scenario, Carl?
The scenario is simple. Your best friend makes way more money than you, and they're constantly inviting you to places you can't afford. Come and go to Maldives quickly. It's one of those things. And it's becoming a struggle for you to keep up. So here's the question, would you rather? And I want to bring in our panelists, Graham and Jamie Lee on this one. So A is start turning down the invitations and just be honest, say you're broke. Or B, say nothing and avoid jeopardizing the friendship and go to Maldives on Skulk. It's entirely up to you. Let's find exactly what these two say.
I'm interested to hear what Jamie has to say because she often loafs on me when we're going to nights and stuff.
I actually heard ask for 10 Rand earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, let's find out. So,
everyone, if you're my best friend, there would be no need for me to ask you for money. You just give me money in any case. But listen, I'd go with A, definitely. There's no need for you to put yourself in debt for your friends or to jeopardize a friendship. If they were your real friends, they'd understand your financial
completely.
things.
I mean, just be honest. In my mind, just be honest. Don't overstretch yourself for the sake of appearances at all. I mean, I know it can be difficult, and when they're living their best lives, and you want a little piece of that. But I'm with you 100%. Man.
Or what you could do is you go on these dates and then you just say, oh my word,
man,
I forgot my wallet again.
Man, I
and
left
then
it
your
in the
best
car.
friends
Damn
will
it.
just pay for you. That's how it works. Thank you, Mr. Nature Boy. I love you so much.
Oh, right, thank you so much. Hold on, just give me a second. Jamie said I must give that to you. Apparently,
I
that's
just need another 30 more of these.
Really? Is that how much you took?
Yes. This
okay, while we get the full money back, you got some comments from your side. Thanks a lot for weighing in. We appreciate you. Let's go over to social media and find out exactly what it said. Reveal where you start first. That's quite a chunky one. Stand by. She says, A, start turning down the invitations and be honest. If she really values the friendship, she would be able to understand. I remember back in 2015, I was doing my first year in varsity. I had friends who were privileged. They would want us to do things that require money. I was honest to them. Guess what? They left me, started to avoid me. I'm glad they did. Long story short, they never finished varsity.
You won in the end.
Well,
yes, I love that. Congratulations on passing varsity as well. Now let's see what Celeste Adams has to say. A, my daughter was in the same situation. Her friends started working after they matriculated, and she furthered her studies, and she couldn't keep up with the friends' invites to the mall, and today the tables have turned. She's a qualified teacher and spoils herself. Yes, I'm liking this. Look what happens when you're honest.
Yeah.
Look what happens when you stop borrowing money from your friends.
Exactly. I'm so glad that you got it. I mean, look, at least she started paying you back, which is fine. But you know what it is? It's finances. I mean, it's a personal journey. And, you know, as the years go by, your needs, they do actually begin to change. So if you're looking to make some changes of your own and want to redesign your savings and investment portfolio, then reach out to the Nedbank team and let them guide you.
Yeah, now you can find them online at nedbank.co.za. I mean, what's more to not love other than good financial advice? I love it.
Indulge your desires. Be swept away by the fragrance of descent. Take the plunge into impulsive spending until you find yourself deeper and deeper, drowning in debt. In this world of temptation, do you want a bank that takes your money? Or a bank that takes your money seriously?
Zolanene.
En ek is Fritz Skoon.
And we're looking for SA's next big baking influencer.
12 van die land se beste bakkers gaan kompeteer, maar net een kan die titel verdien van Taste Master.
It's gonna be sweet, it's gonna be indulgent.
Dit gaan uitdagend wees, maar baie smaakvol.
The journey culminates right here on Hosendal Wine Estate, where we will crown our brand new Tastemaster. Catch all the triumphs and flops on the Tastemaster Baking Edition, 10 September at 7 p.m. on SABC2.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I don't mean to be dramatic. Actually, I do. Welcome back to another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling!
Drink, drink, drink! The energy is amazing!
Yes, it is!
Wow!
Woo! Sorry, I hope you're feeling the energy as well. If not yet, morning. So we are joined by one of our favorite chefs, Chef Clem, once again. And if you have any questions for Chef Clem on all things in the kitchen, he even does bathrooms sometimes, never the lounge, but the kitchen, yes. Call us right now on 021 110 555 Take down the number. We have a very, very important thing that's come up, and that is a question that from a Facebook comment that we got on the socials. Takudzwa Chirova says this: Good morning, Expresso family. I'm planning a baby shower. So can Chef Clem give me some ideas on what to serve my guests and punches to make? Because I don't want to cook, man. There we go. Can you help?
When she said I don't want to cook, I was like, what do you mean you... Oh, I get it.
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
There's so much involved with a baby shower. You got like running around, pregnant people. You know, like just... Take it easy. Take it easy.
And you don't know who is not and who is, so you have to actually make sure that you cover all the bases. So rather make a drink taste amazing for everybody.
Okay. Yes.
Right?
I'm super excited about this.
Okay,
one.
what are you doing?
Okay. So let's start off with, I don't want to cook for this event, but I'm throwing an event.
Yeah.
Cheese platters.
Cheese platters is simple, isn't it?
So simple. Who doesn't like cheese? Asking the audience.
Everybody
There's one
loves
vegan. Please leave the room.
But I've had vegan cheese.
Vegan
it's
cheese
delicious.
exists. And you can get dairy-free cheese
Yes.
at Woolies. So build a cheese board.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's done for you.
Also,
so
if you don't like cheese, then clearly you've never taken a photo. Say what? Say what? Cheese.
Right. Right.
Just saying.
Say lettuce. No.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly. Doesn't work.
No.
All
Okay.
right.
So I'm gonna give you this knife. We're gonna go with our hard cheese. We're gonna go with a mature gouda.
Sorry.
Gouda.
Oh, mature. Gouda.
Gouda.
You have to be more mature in this one.
And we
Thank
know about this one. This is the award-winning gouda.
Is this the one that's got an extra bit of nuttiness and depth of flavour?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
The aromatic notes just permeate your palate.
I love
And
how...
you just sense them in your olfactory system.
It is absolutely beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Just juxtapose those two emotions in one moment. It's fantastic.
It is.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Then we're going to go with our Ashton, Royal Ashton, which is you can feel it's not that hard, right? It's got a bit of a give. So I've got a hard cheese,
okay,
semi-hard, and a soft, which is our camembert. Camembert. It's a new one.
So,
it's a new one.
No, you know why? He called it camembert because you obviously cram it in your mouth so fast because it's delicious. Like camembert. I got it. Yes.
Camembert with the raspberry and thyme. Done. So don't make another thing. It's here. Okay,
exactly.
let's
You
go.
say there's time involved there. You looked at, don't waste time, use time.
Use time. Okay.
Come on.
There's your knife for the gouda. You can pop it in your cheese salon.
Can I just do that?
And don't slice the cheese.
I only do the packaging. That's what I do here. So
this is what we do.
The packaging, and we've got it open here. This is gorgeous, beautiful. Oh my word. Do you know what?
What?
This is mature gouda. I actually heard this gouda, it has like a bond to pay. It's adulting already. Wow, how mature.
Responsibilities.
It's fantastic. I really enjoy it. It is. It's really good.
Okay, next thing, Willie's onion marmalade. Do I need to say more?
No, well, I mean, I don't think you can because marmalade has just got that whole thing. It's got that beautiful thing. Also, if you missed out on our list of cheese, do not worry. Chef Clem and I have been up all night making sure you know our list of cheese on this beautiful platter. And this is good. Do you want to just plonk this over there? I just want to make sure that it's decorative.
You can take the rind off, but not now. And
that's
also,
okay, great.
The thing is, take your cheese out the fridge, or you can prep your platter before the time. Just take it out the fridge about an hour before you serve it.
All right.
Let the cheese come to room temperature.
And this is no cook, by the way.
No cook.
Takudzwa, you're not cooking here at all. What is cooking is your guest thinking, oh my word. How did she do this?
I've got to fast forward because I've got to
fast forward.
the next platter. The next platter.
Yeah.
Dessert.
Yes.
You've got to serve desserts. Don't make it. Buy it. Go to Woolies. There's selection of desserts. Oh my goodness. The new gattos that are out now. Oh my.
The gattos.
Yeah.
Woo.
Wow.
Thank you.
Okay. So, but we're going to keep it nice and simple. Finger foods. Okay. Mini cook sisters.
Cook sisters. There's a bit of origami on the.
Swan.
The camembert.
The now I do want to.
Just saying. Some
we
Cook
go.
Sisters.
Oh, there's a camembert there. Yes.
Nice, nice, nice.
Okay,
Can you
Cook
open
Sisters
up
there.
a little kisses?
Oh, look at that. Open
so
up the kisses. She was so, not even the 14th of Feb yet, but I can do a kiss. Oh, yes, I can.
Okay, so by the way, for our cheese platter, we're obviously going to serve it with the legendary sun-dried tomato, cream cheese, pesto dip.
So with the kisses, you know,
And
what I like is doing the crushing thing.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, can I give... No.
Oh, okay. I was
Oh,
going
I
to crush
thought you were
this now.
gonna- Oh, you wanna crush it?
I was going to do like a crush over it, but it's fine. It's okay. I got you
I thought you were
covered.
going to say, got to serve a kiss, got to give a kiss, and I was like, no!
I was thinking about it too.
yes.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it out loud, but since you're there, I mean, later if you're
You
up
thought
for
it.
it.
Okay, crushing the kisses,
Yes.
absolutely amazing.
Don't you think just to kind of give it a bit of a
chefy vibe?
Can we do it? One, just one, just a little
Absolutely.
bit. Just one, only one for the crush.
Brownies go on.
Okay.
And the sort of cupcakes, and the garnish can be your crush.
Oh, I'm ready for this. And also, once you're ready, we have somebody who is on Zoom waiting to chat to you, Chef.
Okay.
Who's got another quick question. So
Is she
stand
ready?
by. Yeah, you're definitely ready.
I can
See, my
multitask.
phone is ringing. Yes. It's been a while. Culinary Hotline, Bing. Call speaking. How can I help you?
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Let me put you on speaker. Hi. What's your name?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Expresso family. I'm so excited to be here. I am Katlewo, all the way from Soweto.
Hey, what's up? Okay. Welcome. So, what's your question for Chef Clem as I garnish this beautiful plate? What's your question?
Okay. Okay, perfect. So, what I'd like to have is I'd like to specialize the best lemonade, having a little bit of South African twist in it, please.
South African?
South African?
Twist.
Okay.
Okay.
South African one got me there.
Okay. So
I do have a South African lemonade that works really well. I'm going to tell you what it is, but I'm also going to make you something else. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's my South African one that I absolutely love. You
All
guys
right.
get on the fly. What's more South African than ginger beer?
Yes, man.
Ginger beer
Yes, please.
is just such a... And don't play. Your ginger beer, it must slap you a little bit. Like, okay?
It's got to have that vibe
Right.
to it. You're right.
So here's what I'm going to say. So what you do is you start off with, you got some water and sugar. I put this on the stove and I dissolve the sugar in the water.
Okay.
Then I pop it into the fridge just to kind of like chill. You want to chill it down, you can you speed up the process by adding a bit of ice to it. Okay. Then, if you can, when citrus fruit's in season, squeeze those lemons yourself. The juice is amazing. Okay, we got some freshly squeezed lemon juice. You know Kelly? Kelly did this.
Oh, Kelly's amazing.
Kelly
Kelly's
just come
your
in.
main squeeze,
Because someone actually asked me in Woolwich, you and G talk about Kelly all the time, but we've never seen
But
Kelly.
Kelly's she's one of those...
So she doesn't talk because she doesn't have a mic on.
I know. But she's
Come
not
in,
gonna talk.
come in,
through,
Kelly. I just want to say, Kelly, thank you for squeezing his lemons. Say hello to the people.
Yes, I just...
You thought I was joking. It's the...
But then again, what do you expect? You got a sour reception, she squeezed lemons. Think about it.
Wow.
Just saying.
Okay,
Here we go.
So, thank you, Kelly, for the lemon juice. The lemon juice goes in, and that's your primary flavor. Then what you do is, if you can't get homemade, get that homemade ginger beer, the one that really just packs a punch, and you add that to it. That's a South African twist, okay?
Ooh.
So, when I heard that you wanted lemonade, I thought let me make something different for you.
Okay.
A little bit different. Pink lemonade.
Yes.
Pink lemonade
Pink lemonade sounds good to me.
Okay, where does the color come from? They use food dyes, they use all these weird things,
Oh, no,
grenadine.
none of those.
No, cranberry juice. So, cranberry juice goes in with your lemonade, and you can add as much as you want to get that pink color. Use something to stir. If you don't, just use a knife.
Okay, this is great.
Okay, there's your pink lemonade. Carl, you're gonna be tasting this pink lemonade?
I'm going to taste
All
that
there?
because I smelt it already prior. And I'm going to do this for you because you asked the question, and I want to make sure that you know that you are about to enjoy it.
Is she still there?
Yes. Here we go.
Okay, so tell me what you think about that ginger beer one for South African lemonade. And tell me what you think about the pink lemonade. Pink lemonade.
It's talking to... You know what? I'm so inspired from this. I'm actually going to finish this plate.
Yes. Yes. Do we still have time? Do we still have time?
Yeah, we do, but unfortunately, the daughter... I'm going to go buy a daughter now. It's going to come through, no problem.
Okay, how much time do we have? Can I do one more punch for our baby shower?
One more punch, quickly,
Okay,
quickly,
very quick. Okay, so This, have you ever tasted this? This is the king of Unmark. Oh my goodness. This stuff is amazing, okay? It's a cordial, so you add a little bit to your jug.
That's
this stuff
it.
is...
Ooh, what is this why people say you are cordially invited?
You are cordially
You are going to
invited.
get something with cordial in it. That makes sense.
Okay,
Great.
so it's a baby shower. So we got abstinence. Abstinence is the trend of 2021. Okay, abstinence. No alcohol in there, okay?
Oh, well, you know what they say, hey? Abstinence makes the heart go fonder.
Wow. Doesn't matter what level of lockdown you're in, abstinence works. Okay, abstinence goes in.
That's
then
right.
A little bit of lemon juice. We're doing this.
Yes, I love
Soda
it. You're
water.
very chef. Come on
That's it. That's your punch. Oh, this guy. You gotta...
Okay, by the way, look here.
Yes?
You can slow down.
Can I?
I actually like watching you rush. I won't lie to you. I shouldn't have said that there's not a lot of time left over. You can slow it down. I'm sorry.
Okay,
but don't you think he works better when
Under
he's got
pressure.
that rush thing? Type
Under
of thing?
pressure.
He's like designed for cooking competitions. Anyway, let's go.
Let's recap. Okay, so we did...
All right, I'll give you about another minute.
I kid you not. I'm going to go back to this again. I kid you not. This mixed berry cordial is next level. I'm telling you, this stuff is amazing. In cocktails with or without alcohol, just like a drink with ice and water. You're going to say, I can exaggerate about... Try it. Okay, cool. Let's go back to the abstinence. It's got all the flavors of a good Cape Spirit.
Yes.
But there's no alcohol in it. So you're going to get the aromatics of it.
Okay.
Minus the...
So you're getting a bit of juniper coming through and that sort of
Smell
thing?
it. You tell me.
I'll smell.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
it's
my
amazing.
word. Let me see.
Because I'm thinking about the baby shower. If
yes, please.
It's beautiful, right?
Exactly.
You can even use it as a...
What? Okay.
Yo, you all of a sudden just look...
Nice.
So
now finish it off for us, please, chef.
Lemon juice, just to bring that acidity through.
Okay.
Sparkling water.
Oh, that's perfect because it gives it that brightness. Now you've got that beautiful flavor in there. A touch of juniper coming through, fooling people. They think there's dope in there.
But there isn't.
I'm sorry.
There isn't. So here's the thing. Don't add ice to the jug because it's going to dilute the drink when it starts melting. So serve your glasses with a little slice of lemon in there.
Also, my daughter went through to our guest a little earlier, who's one. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
So I want to say thank you so much for your question. We really appreciate you. We're sorry we lost you there in the middle, but it's good to have you back. Thank you for asking your question. I hope that helped.
Thank you so much. And then another question is, what's the best meal that will go with the lemonade?
The best meal? Well, the thing about lemonade, right? It's kind of we drink it when it's hot outside, when we need something to cool us down, and so we drink the lemonade.
Yeah.
Essentially, get outside, braai. Just braai.
Wow.
And have your lemonade. Good for the kids, good for the adults. Do you think she can?
Yes. Let's do the taste, eh?
Taste. Pretend to taste. Pretend to taste.
Go for it. Oh. Okay. That was the whole glass. Anyway, Chef Clem, let me just let you know that your culinary conundrums have been answered clearly and awkward moments on Zoom are part of our new normal. Like that. So, if you would like to get any air fryer recipes, all in all, it's been actually a fantastic day and you can get everything on expressoshow.com if you want to. But now it is time to make one lucky viewer's Wednesday the best day ever. Take a look.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. We've recently been cooking up some delicious air fryer recipes just for you because you've been loving them so much. And we gave one lucky viewer the chance to up their meal game by winning an Instant Vortex 5.7-litre air fryer to the value of 2,599 Rand by telling us what you're looking forward to making in your Instant Pot Vortex air fryer. Well, it's time to announce the winner. Please, can we get a drum roll right now? Big congratulations to Belinda Makua. Belinda said, looking forward to making chicken wings and cauliflower tots. # Instant Pot. We have her on the line right now. A very good morning to you, Belinda. How are you?
Hi, good morning, guys. How are you?
We are good. Certainly not as good as you. Congratulations. I mean, you must be so excited to win this competition. How are you feeling?
You know, I feel like a new chef that just nailed a meal. I'm over the moon.
Oh, I can only imagine. What does winning this air fryer mean to you?
Oh my God, it means so much to me and my family. You know, to be honest, it is one of those things that you really, really want but cannot afford them. So I'm literally out of words and super amazingly happy.
Well, we are all coming Inviting ourselves, because I know you said you're looking forward to making chicken wings. You're a girl after my own heart, some cauliflower tots. Why this dish specifically?
Well, chicken wings are my absolute favorite. And as for the cauliflower tots, my aunt made them on one of our family gatherings before COVID, and I fell in love with them. So it's more like the best of both. That makes a meal, and you can add maybe a green salad just to complement the dish.
Girl, you need to write down the recipe so we can make it on the show because it sounds amazing. But what else are you looking forward to making?
I'm also looking forward to making cake and chips, simply because it's my mother's favorite. And all the guys, I will be like Mr. Snake and maybe change my name to Miss Instant Pot Effort FA, because I will want to take my Instant Pot everywhere I go and take endless pictures of it. I'm excited. I'm happy.
Change that handle, girl. You are Miss Instant Pot SA winner. You are well deserving. Thank you so much. And I don't think there's ever been a more deserving winner than you, Belinda. We hope that you enjoy your air fryer. Congratulations once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for making my month. Thank you.
And thank you, Mama. Have a good Wednesday.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh, what a well-deserved win. Belinda Makua, you are amazing. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We've recently been cooking up some delicious air fryer recipes just for you because you've been loving them so much. And we gave one lucky viewer the chance to up their meal game by winning an instant Vortex 5.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we savor the last few moments of what has been a magical journey this morning, largely in part by the various acts from Good Luck's newly launched wedding entertainment venture. Get Lucky Entertainment. As someone who's going to be get married, it hits me in the feels, and we are certainly in for a treat right now with a surprise act that we've got for you, singing an awesome song. It's the Killers' iconic 2008 track Human. Here is South Africa's premium party band. Me and, well, not me, but me and Mr. Green. Enjoy.
I did my best to notice when the call came down the line up to the platform of surrender. I was bold, but I was kind. But sometimes I get nervous when I see an open door. Just close your eyes, clear your heart. You gotta cut the cord. Are we human? Or are we dancer? My sign is vital. My hands are cold. And I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Are we human? Or want you. Send my condolences to good. Send my regards to soul and romance. They always did the best they could. The so long to devotion. He told me everything I know. Just wave goodbye. Wish me well. You gotta cut me go. Are we human? Or are we dancers? My sign is vital. My hands are cold. And I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Are we human? Or are we dancers? Will your sister be alright when you dream of home tonight? There is no message we're receiving. Put your hands up in the air if you believe it. Are we human? You sing it. My sign is vital. My hands are cold. And I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Let's go, Chandra. You gotta let me know. Are we human? Or are we dancing? My sign is vital. My hands are cold. And I'm on my knees looking at the answer. Are we human? Or are we dancing? Guys, put it up, let's go.
Here's to the season of sunny breakfasts, healthy lunch breaks in the great outdoors, and romantic sunset dinners. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.